Every single day I feel it.
Every single day I feel the pressure. Double up the work, let's make it extra. Working so my mother get a rest, yeah. Working like I never knew I'm blessed, yeah. Every single day I feel the pressure. Diamonds in my eyes, I know I'm special. In the gym, I gotta get my reps up. In the gym, I gotta get my working. I can't leave it all the chances, make it certain. Yeah, I had to lose it all to find my purpose. Yeah, but I won't do that twice, it made me nervous. Let's get to working. I'm like check one, check two, gonna get these bands now. Want this, want that, gotta be stand up. Jokes on you, boy, tell me you the man now. Every single day I feel the pressure. Double up the work, let's make it extra. Working so my mother get a rest, yeah. Working like I never knew I'm blessed, yeah. Every single day I feel the pressure. Diamonds in my eyes, I know I'm special. In the gym, I gotta get my reps up. In the gym, I gotta get my reps up. Yeah. In the gym, I gotta get my reps up. Okay, I'm here. Ain't nobody help me shooting in the gym. So it's been on me, I always gotta build. Everybody eat before I got my fill. Ooh, keep it real, ooh, yeah. I got my family in a plan B. If I don't get it, then we don't eat. I feel the pressure, but I'm not weak. My demons coming like a stampede. But trust me, man, I got it. I'm never out of pocket. We ain't never playing tag. You doubters are just nodding. Only seeing green, no wonder why I never stop it. And while you turning up, I just go up, I'm like a rocket, yeah. While you turning up, I just go up, I'm like a rocket, yeah. Pressure make diamonds. Every single day I feel the pressure. Double up the work, let's make it extra. Working so my mother get a rest, yeah. Working like I never knew I'm blessed, yeah. Every single day I feel the pressure. Diamonds in my eyes, I know I'm special. In the gym, I gotta get my reps up. In the gym, I gotta get my every single day I feel the pressure.
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? How y'all doing? Oh boy, we're here with another stream. Another stream. Oh Lord. Oh, we got niggas in chat already. I'm a little tired because I just got back from like a long ass day of work. So, what's happening, y'all? What's going on? We're here for another stream. Is this a live stream or a premiere? Bro, it's a live stream. It's a live stream. Like, what? It's literally in the live stream. It's literally in the live stream, section. But what's good, y'all? What's good? We are live again. It's been a couple weeks since the last stream. Hope y'all are doing good. Hope y'all are taking care of yourselves. What's the song, if you don't mind? Oh, it's called, you fuck with the song? It's called, Pressure. Hang on. That's the song right there. I fuck with this song. I use it a lot for my gym workouts. But how y'all doing? How are y'all doing? Who is this nigga in chat? I will give you $1 million if you can find me a comic where Superman calls someone dude and Luthor is cucked by Jimmy. Okay. We already got a weirdo in here. All right, that's fine, I guess. You got banned from the Discord? Were you banned from the Discord? Thank you. Oh yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Somebody on Twitter said they hated James Gunn because he's anti-genocide. What? I don't be on Twitter. So if there's some shit going on Twitter, I don't fucking know about it. I need to see more Mr. Terrific projects. Yeah, Mr. Terrific was fucking amazing in that movie. Mr. Terrific was by far the best character. But yeah, as you can see, we're here to react to some bad videos. Thank y'all for 12,000 subscribers, by the way. We hit 12,000 subs. I think, was it like a week ago? Appreciate y'all support. Appreciate the support. And then also the latest vid I made got fucking 25,000 views, which is in one day, dude. That's just crazy. And apparently, niggas was telling me Ranting for Vengeance dropped another video. The worst Superman of all time. Oh my god. We might react to this if we have the time. I didn't know this dude dropped another fucking vid. That's insane. Delusional. Can you bump your mic volume up just a bit? Damn, it's low? Hang on. It's low? Is it low? Alright, what about now? Is it good now? Is the volume good now? Cause he wasn't the only one who said that last stream. Is it fine now? Always, man, you are an awesome YouTuber. Enjoy your videos. Appreciate it. But anyways, this stream was supposed to be a couple days ago, but I got caught up in the Corey Kenshin drama because that nigga got canceled again. I'm a nosy ass nigga, so I postponed the stream because I was just busy keeping track of like internet shit. But anyways, we about to get into some takes. And then I think there were a couple trailers that dropped that people wanted me to look at. There was the Mortal Kombat trailer, and then there was the Tron trailer. We're not reacting to him first. Well, I want to react to Ben's, because I know a lot of people said Ben's review was really fucking bad. Why is this dweeb's face the first thing I see clicking this? Because he dropped another vid. He dropped another video. We'll get to it if we have time. But I want to get started on, I think Ben was here. This was another one people wanted me to look at. And then, of course, we have Tyrone Magnus. So, y'all ready? I want to start with Ben. Oh, we got a fanboy in chat. We got a Snyder cultist in chat. AKA anyone who doesn't ride Gunn's meat is wrong. Don't ban him. Don't ban him. He'll make for good entertainment. Don't ban him. He's just funny as fuck. Let him embarrass himself. If he says any like out of pocket shit, then remove him. But keep him in here for now, because this shit is actually like low key like fucking funny. All right, Ben Shapiro.
Alrighty, folks. So
I'm very curious because a lot of people said his review was horrible. All right, y'all ready for this? Because I am. All right, let's go. I want to get into the takes.
Alrighty, folks. So I watched the new Superman, and I have many.
Is the audio okay? I hope the audio is fine.
Any thoughts? This video is sponsored by our friends over at ExpressVPN.
Alright, let's go.
Alrighty, folks. So I watched the new Superman, and I have many thoughts. This video is sponsored by our friends over at ExpressVPN. You know, I went with my wife. My wife and I always have an interesting time watching movies together, because when I go...
You are the cultist. Do you think anyone who says Superman is bad is a bad take? No. I don't think you're a bad person for disliking the movie. I've always said as long as your criticism is valid, or it's just your opinion. But the whole point of this is a lot of these reviews just make bad points in general. That's what we're going after. I could give less of a fuck about him not liking the movie. It's the nonsensical points he makes to justify why he doesn't like it. That's the whole point. No, I'm not saying everyone who likes this movie is bad. That's not the point of these streams, and it's not the point of the videos. I don't know how many times I don't know how many times I have to say this. But I have to keep saying this over and over. Hang on, y'all. Hold up. Alright, we're good. Because I did not mean to change to that. Hang on. Because something... Alright, now we should be good. Now we should be good. I'm ready to ban the idiots. Okay. Oh, yes. And y'all also like the stream. Be sure to like the stream. But let's get into it.
Oh, I'm very analytical about what I think of the movie. My wife sort of gets an overall gestalt, and it's mostly like, that was fun. And so my wife's review was, that was fun. And I think most people who come away from the movie will probably do the that was fun thing. And that seems to be what the people are saying. People are generally liking the movie. They think it's fun. They think it's kind of a kick. David Corenswet is charming. He has good physical presence. I didn't mind him as Superman at all. Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane was fine. I thought she was great. I thought both of them had good chemistry. I thought all of that was fine. And then there is the analysis. So my overall review of Superman.
Okay. Not too bad so far. Oh, DBZ now. Thank you for the super chat. Twitter is a minefield, by the way. Hardcore Superman fans are in the trenches fighting on that one heritage plot point. Oh, you mean this shit where James Gunn fucking changed the shit to where they made them conquerors instead of like the other shit? I don't mind it. I actually think it makes Superman's story more interesting. I don't see the issue with that plot point change. I think it actually makes his character more interesting.
Superman is super meh. It's meh. Okay, so all the people who are getting super exercised over the politics, and we'll get to the politics a little bit later on. I think that they are overestimating how much politics is in this. I think they're deliberately misinterpreting some of the politics that are in there. This is not a movie about illegal immigration. It's not a movie about ICE, Russia, Ukraine.
So wait, okay, so wouldn't they include you? Because didn't you make a whole fucking video? Didn't you make a whole fucking video screaming about how Superman was gonna be like woke and shit? Why? Hold up. Now I know I'm not tripping. I know I'm not. Yeah, he literally made. So they would include you. Why you wait? Why he try to separate? Why he try to act like he wasn't one of the niggas saying that? Why he try to act like he wasn't one of the people screaming woke about the movie before it came out? No, I think the better word would be we, because that would include you. You was one of the people screaming about politics in the movie as well. Don't try and front.
Israel, the Palestinians. There may be references there if you have politics on the brain, but other than that, I really don't think that there's that much of this there. That is not my overall problem with the movie. My overall problem with the movie is that you are taking the most iconic American IP of all time, Superman, which is to be treated with a certain level of respect. That doesn't mean it has to be, grand mythology the way that Zack Snyder wants to do. Like, my standard for Superman is not Man of Steel. My standard for Superman movies is 1978 Richard Donner, the best version of Superman. It just is. Overall, here is my problem. James Gunn is the wrong director, writer, creator for this thing.
I saw Chewbacca on the cover of People magazine. I was like, oh my God.
He's just wrong for it. It's Guardians of the Galaxy with Superman in it. And so that means it's all...
No, I don't think so. I disagree. But we'll let him keep talking.
Kind of a mess. It's an overstuffed movie.
Wait.
And so that means it's all kind of a mess.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't a mess of a movie, though. It definitely wasn't a mess of the movie, and neither was Superman. Like, did he just equate Guardians of the Galaxy, saying, well, it's like Guardians of the Galaxy in the sense that it was a mess? Guardians of the Galaxy was definitely not a mess of a movie. I don't know where he got that from.
It's an overstuffed movie in every way.
In fact, Guardians is one of the most, like, beloved movies in the MCU. Like, it's very structured. Like, the plot's there, same as Superman.
Really overstuffed. In terms of plot, the plot holes are big enough to drive a truck through them. There are characters.
Man of Steel was hot garbage. If you were a Superman fan, you would know that. Nah, I liked Man of Steel. I thought Man of Steel was a decent movie. I thought Man of Steel was decent.
Problems, and all of it is just kind of
my point was, like, I don't think you, just because you don't, I don't think we should automatically hate who is this text to be? Okay, but my point was always that, like, I think it's fine to just like both. I don't think we have to destroy one universe to prop up the other. Like, I've even said this in some of my videos. I think Man of Steel was a decent movie. I think there are people on the extremes that just kind of make this whole thing just, like, way more blown out of proportion than it needs to be. Man of Steel was mid. I thought it was a decent movie. That's just me personally, though.
Wrapped around this gauzy, fast-paced, jokey tone that doesn't mesh with Superman as central part of Americana, to me.
I mean, wasn't Superman originally, like, a jokey character, though? Or, like, the comedy, or, like, the jokey aspect, the goofy aspect was, like, wasn't that, like, originally, like, a big part of Superman because he was, like, a kid-friendly? He was targeted towards kids? I don't see the issue with that. Like, there's definitely a goofy tone to it, but I don't think that's bad. I don't think that automatically makes it bad. Even if I looked to Shapiro for politics, I wouldn't think he knew shit about movies. Yeah, because I think he's gotten flack before, because I think he made a terrible Batman. He made a terrible Batman review before.
James Gunn's sensibility is Superman as central part of Americana, to me. James Gunn's sensibility is always to be subversive. That is what he does. He does subversive in Guardians of the Galaxy, right? He takes a comic book movie and he turns...
Superman is supposed to be goofy, though. That's what I thought. I thought the goofiness was, like, that was, like, a part, like, the light tone and stuff like that. That was a big part of Superman. That was one of the main complaints with Snyder's versus Superman, was that he was, like, way too dark. He's not supposed to be, like, it's not supposed to be, like, a grim tone type of thing. Superman is supposed to be a lighter toned, campy sort of character.
It into sort of a potty-mouthed sitcom.
Don't drink fountain water.
He takes a comic book movie and he turns it into sort of a potty-mouthed sitcom.
Don't drink fountain water, you idiot. That's disgusting.
That's probably the worst example you could have used, because Guardians is definitely not Guardians is definitely not a sitcom. Like, yeah, there's jokes in there, but overall it's still a pretty serious movie.
And he does the same thing with Suicide Squad. He takes that same sensibility, and now he's doing that with Superman.
Superman robots, I thought I told you to keep an eye on him.
We feed the canine, but he is unruly. And he realizes we are not flesh and blood and couldn't, in our heart of hearts, care less whether he lives or dies.
And I get that after the...
I mean, again, this is a joke just out of context, which is fine. But again, the jokes don't automatically make it bad. And I think I said this in the review, that the movie got pretty dark at times. Like, I think to say that the Superman movie is overall a very goofy movie, I think that's pretty disingenuous. I think overall it's like it's a mix between the two. But overall it's like it's a standard superhero movie with some jokes in there, and that's fine. I don't think there's a problem with a Superman movie having jokes in it.
The interpretation of the Snyderverse is over serious.
When did Superman get dark? Did we not watch the same movie? Did you not see when Superman was interrogating Lex when he was captured? And the dude was playing Russian roulette and fucking shot him? Like, that was a dark moment in the movie. Unless we just didn't watch the same movie. Unless me and you just watched two completely different movies night.
Yes, he's reversing himself into completely the opposite direction. But what that means is that he's constantly subverting everything.
I was raised with a dog that was my sister.
The very beginning of the movie, you are told that Superman is the most powerful metahuman, right? There's like a placard.
Damn, niggas hating on Man of Steel in the chat. I didn't know niggas hated Man of Steel like that. I thought the movie was fine. Like, I saw it as Snyder's like own take on the character. That's how I saw it. Like, I know a lot of people say it's not really Superman, but I think Snyder like made it clear, especially when he was talking in interviews and stuff. It's not really meant to be, you know, Superman in the traditional sense. Like, if you think of it as Snyder's own take on the character, I think it works. To me. Not every comic book film should have, but James Gunn's version is definitely like the standard baseline that most Superman movies should be based on. That's how I see it. Superman has flaws, but it was a great movie still. People are just finding petty ways to bring the movie down, kind of like what Lex does to Superman.
That says 30 years ago the metahumans arrived. 3 years ago, right? There's like a placard that says 30 years ago the metahumans arrived. 3 years ago Superman emerged. 3 weeks ago there was an invasion, and now 3 minutes ago Superman's ass got kicked.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
He's not very super. He is not the Man of Steel. He is not invulnerable. He gets his ass kicked routinely. He gets locked up in a prison with a character who's making kryptonite out of his hands.
Yeah, why is this bad? Like, did you not see the niggas that Superman was fighting? They're not exactly light work type of villains, bro. Why is it an issue that a superhero has to face challenging enemies? You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the whole Peter was Nerf shit. Y'all remember the whole Peter was Nerf shit back in Spider-Man 2? That's how I knew people were gonna go that route with this movie. As soon as I saw Superman getting his butt kicked by some of the villains, I knew people were gonna go this route. The same exact point I made for that game. Just because the villains are challenging, that doesn't nullify the hero. He's supposed to face challenges. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure Lex specifically studied Superman. The Engineer and Ultraman, like they were both created, or I guess they were both designed by Lex to counter Superman. So it makes sense. Like, they're gonna be challenging to Superman. Yeah, Superman's gonna get his ass kicked. Why is this an issue? And again, he still saves people in the movie. It's metamorpho doofus. He could make himself turn into kryptonite, right? Like, Lex literally had told him he had him in there to be able to detain Superman with kryptonite. I don't get why this is so hard to get. I don't get why this is so hard to understand for people, but, you know.
I'm sorry, what?
He's constantly in victim mode. Like Green Lantern has much more success in this.
What the fuck?
He gets locked up in a prison with a character who's making kryptonite out of his hands.
I'm sorry, what?
He's constantly in victim mode. Like Green Lantern has much.
He's in victim mode? So because he gets his ass kicked in the movie, which, by the way, it's not even like to an extreme where like, oh, Superman's an awful hero. Because he still has his moments. Like, I think there's a scene in the movie where Superman... Wasn't there a scene in the movie where Superman solos both of them in the stadium, like, by himself, until Krypto shows up? Like, he holds his own. It's not to the point where, like, he's getting absolutely shat on. Like, how is that a victim mode? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Much more success in this movie. Mr. Terrific has much more success in this movie than Superman. Superman's parents from Krypton, if you're going to go through the mythology, send him to Earth so that he can be a moral guide for people on Earth using his great powers to stop evil from happening to them. In this movie, his parents from Krypton send him there. This is the big revelation of the movie. His parents send him there to dominate the life on Earth as an alien invasion, essentially, and to create a harem of Earth women to have his many babies.
Well, sign me up.
So immediately you're taking the expectation of what you know about his Krypton parents and flipping it on its head. His parents.
Yeah, I don't see the issue with this. I think it adds a more interesting dynamic to Superman's character in the sense that, hey, Like, instead of this whole, like, oh, his parents sent him there to, like, guide Earth, I think it's a much more interesting parallel to say, well, actually, they sent me here to conquer the world. So it's a much more, I think it's a much more interesting deep dive on what makes Superman a good person. Like, on what the ultimate difference is between his Krypton parents and his Earth parents. I think that makes it more interesting. And also, it would give people like Batman more reasons. It would give more people on Earth reasons not to trust him. Where it's like, well, your Krypton parents, they sent you here to conquer the world. Like, now, obviously, Superman could say, well, obviously, I'm not a conqueror. But then niggas could easily come back and say, well, how am I supposed to know that? We don't know that. How am I supposed to trust you? I think it adds a much more interesting layer to Superman's character. Superman can be beaten up. Snyder's Superman got beat up by an old, out-of-shape Batman. What is the issue with Gunn's Superman not winning every fight? Even in the comics, he doesn't win every fight, which is weird why he's complaining about this.
Immediately, you're taking the expectation of what you know about his Krypton parents and flipping it on its head. His parents.
Damn, chat is loaded right now, though. Holy shit. Again, y'all feel free to like the stream, by the way. Like the goddamn stream.
Ma and Pa Kent. In the original, they are noble and they are wise. They're kind of salt of the earth. Here, they're basically...
The Kryptonians conquering the Earth thing are from Superman Birthright? Oh, so that's like a comic plot point? So that was something they took from comics then. Okay, so why are people trying to act like this is brand new? Damn.
Kind
so
of...
all these niggas pretending to be comic book fans, they're getting owned by the actual comic book fans. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. See, I thought that was like a change that James Gunn made, but people are saying no, they pulled it out of a comic storyline.
They're kind of salt of the earth. Here, they're basically kind of, I don't know, like down home types who don't seem to, they live in a kind of a crappy house. They're the kind of people who call the TV the box.
They've been like that, Ben Shapiro. Did you not see Smallville? Or like any Superman media in the last 50 years? That's literally their whole... They're old school farmers. That's literally their whole thing. What? And this dude claims to be a Superman fan? This is insane. Oh my god.
The kind of folks...
In Smallville, Krypton parents also want Clark to conquer? Maybe. It's been a while since I've watched that show. But if that's true, then that would add to my point. Like, none of this isn't really new.
Who are sitting around and you know, kind of scratching their...
No, it isn't. The Kents aren't hillbillies. They are kind of. I mean, they're old school farmers. That's their thing. The fuck?
Butts. They're purposely cast as ugly and non-noble. Doesn't mean everything they say is bad. It isn't, but... And by the way, both of them are alive.
Ugly and non-noble. Ugly and non-noble. Hi CHD, do you read comics? I'm a casual, like I'll dabble in them here and there. Like I used to read them sometimes, but nah, not really. Not anymore. Like I was always a casual. I was never like really a diehard comic book fan. But you know, it's 50-50. Yes, that plot point was used in Smallville. Oh, okay then. So that adds to my point. So that means this dude has no fucking clue what he's talking about.
And that's right. The original Superman mythos is that Pa Kent dies, and that's what sends Superman on his journey. Anyway, Krypto. The super dog is a terrible dog. Is a dog that does not, like an idiot dog. Like way worse than my dog.
Wait, what was? Yo, you still what? What are you talking about? Yeah, I think he was in the wrong stream. Thank you to whoever banned that dude. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Happy way better than this dog, and my dog makes trouble. This dog is a terrible dog, is a dog that does not, like an idiot dog. Like way worse than my dog Happy. My dog Happy way better than this dog, and my dog makes trouble. This dog is a mess. Supergirl, who you get introduced to.
How is Krypto a mess? What the fuck? Oh my god, Ben is such a fucking drama queen. He's such a rage baiter. How is the dog a mess, Ben?
For a hot second at the very end, Supergirl is a drunken teenage brat. Right, like anything that you think you know about the Superman universe, James Gunn is determined to debunk in the first.
Well, I think that makes sense for Supergirl's character, though. Like, Supergirl is very much, like, if you look at the source material, she's a lot more like, she's usually a lot more brash, reckless, stuff like that. Like, I feel like making her that way makes sense. I'm not talking about the CW Supergirl, where it's just Clark Kent, but a female. I'm talking about in the comics. Comic Supergirl is a very different character from Superman. She's got like more she's got more pent up anger inside her than Superman, and part of that is because she grew up on Krypton. So it's like it's not like Superman's situation where he was able to kind of naturally blend in with the people of Earth. Like Kara like actually grew up on Krypton and she was kind of forced to abandon it. So her emotions, like how she feels, like how reckless she acts and stuff like that, that's where all that comes from. So I feel like what James Gunn did with her character in this makes a lot more sense. Like she's very like rebellious and stuff like that. I feel like that makes what she did makes a lot more sense.
Half hour of the film. I think that it's a betrayal of the original.
She's directly based on the comic Woman of Tomorrow. A lot of people were telling me to check out that book. I'm gonna have to read it. I'm gonna definitely check that book out.
Original IP and mildly upsetting. Not like hugely upsetting, but
yeah, and she literally had to watch her planet blow up. Like
mildly upsetting. That is my critique of James Gunn.
So it makes sense that she's like drunk and she's going through a phase. Like it makes sense.
The right person for this film because James Gunn is not capable of delving. He's not capable of delving into a single character and examining his motivations and what's interesting about that character. He can't do it with
Batman didn't use guns. What is he talking about? See, I can't even fucking focus on what are you talking about? This man is just on a generational run, bruh. I got him out. High CHD. Alright. Thank you. I don't know what that dude was on.
Superman. He can't do it with Lois. He can't do it with Lex. Instead, he decides he's just going to talk about this. He's not capable of delving into a single character and examining his motivations and what's interesting about that character. He can't do it with Superman. He can't do it with Lois. He can't do it with Lex. Instead, he decides he's just going to toss everything into the stew. And so you end up with this sort of ADHD film where a bunch of things are going on at the same time, but you never get a good, interesting perspective on anybody who's in the film. So Green Lantern is there, and he's kind of just a schmuck, and he's there as comic relief. And then you have Mr. Terrific.
Yeah, but that's his whole character. What's the issue with this?
Who's the actual...
Not to mention, I would argue, like, this really... People seem to forget that not every comic book movie is, like, gonna have some complex, deep-diving character type of shit. Like, I would argue this movie really wasn't meant for that. It was really just an adventure story, basically, to kind of bring you into the universe, like, on a Superman adventure. I feel like that's the whole idea behind this movie. Like, if you're looking for some deep, complex, I don't really think this movie was meant for that. Like, it's pretty clear this is not really what this movie was meant for. Because we know James Gunn can do character work if he wants to, because we saw that with Guardians 3. And even then, that was the third movie. So it's like, how do we know he won't do a further deep dive into these characters later on down the road? This movie literally just serves to introduce us to these characters and to just give us an adventure with them. That's it. And what's with the Mr. Terrific hate? Why he hating on Mr. Terrific?
Hero of the film, just a schmuck, and he's there as comic relief. And then you have Mr. Terrific, who's the actual hero of the film.
Gunn can't do character work, I disagree. Especially if you watch Guardians 3. Like, what he did with Rocket. Rocket, like, James Gunn could definitely do character work if he wants to.
Who you learn nothing about other than he's just kind of a noble do-gooder fellow. And you have all these superheroes who are wandering around. You never get any information about them that makes them interesting or sympathetic or even particularly cool. But you don't know the motivations of any of the villains except for Lex, who it turns out...
And yeah, I don't think that was the point of the movie.
Or even particularly cool. But you don't know the motivations of any of the villains except for Lex, who it turns out is just really kind of jealous of Superman because Superman has superpowers, and Lex is like, I'm really smart, and Superman is really strong, so why do people like Superman more than they like me? Which is a pretty boring motivation, to be frank.
What? That's Lex's whole thing, though. Wait. Wait. That's his whole motivation. His envy when it comes to Superman is that's literally his whole motivation. What the fuck? And then he says the only villain that gets any real motivation is Lex. But it's just like, you have to think about the other villains that are in this movie. Because you have the kaiju, that's literally just a fucking monster. Like, what motivation is there to explore with that? It's a fucking giant monster. You have Ultraman, who's a brain-dead Superman clone. Again, what is there? How do you explore motivation with him? And then you also have the Hammer of Bravia. The Hammer of Bravia is Ultraman in disguise, so that goes back to Ultraman. And then you have the Engineer, which she works for Lex. Like, it makes sense. All the villains revolve around Lex. And then you have Metamorpho, who wasn't even really a villain. Like, he's literally the only... Lex is the only fucking... Like, Lex is literally the only, like, actual villain of the movie that has any sort of motivation. I don't know how I don't know how you can explore the motivations with the other characters. Like, that doesn't, I don't know. How do you explore a motivation with a kaiju monster? Or like with a brain dead clone? How do you do that? I don't get what Ben's asking for here. I really don't.
And is really strong, so why do people like Superman more than they like me? Which is a pretty boring motivation, to be frank. So the characters are complete pastiches. They're just cardboard cutouts. Even the moments that are supposed to hit don't hit because there's so much going on in the background because James Gunn cannot control his ADHD. He just cannot.
I think he was pooping his brains out for the next 36 hours.
There's a scene where Clark and Lois, they've had a fight, and now they're back together, and they're having a talk. And it's supposed to be this very intimate talk where they're speaking with each other. And literally outside the window, Green Lantern and Mr. Terrific and Lois, they've had a fight, and now they're back together, and they're having a talk. And it's supposed to be this very intimate talk where they're speaking with each other. And literally outside the window, Green Lantern and Mr. Terrific and Hawkgirl are fighting a gigantic sort of eye monster that looks like it's from Suicide Squad.
Stop it right there, Joker. You'll never get me, Batman! Will you catch someone?
It's extremely distracting because he's James Gunn and everything has to be some sort of dumb joke. You're like, well, shouldn't Superman be doing something about it? No, let them handle it. Again, that's irritating. As far as the plot...
Wait, what does he say here?
It's
Joker. You'll never get me, Batman! Will you catch someone?
It's extremely distracting because he's James Gunn and everything has to be some sort of dumb joke. You're like, well, shouldn't Superman be doing something about it? No, let them handle it. Again, that's irritating. As far as the plot itself, the plot itself makes very little sense. The plot is basically that Lex Luthor has decided that he is going to
the plot's pretty simple, though.
Make a deal with a foreign politician who the left wants to believe is both Vladimir Putin and Benjamin Netanyahu, but actually is just kind of nothing, is going to invade another country. And
honestly, that is what... Superman would never let a monster destroy Metropolis to sulk. What do you mean? He didn't. What are you talking about? They did not like James Gunn's Superman because he turned himself in. But if I remember, Superman in Man of Steel also turned himself in. Were people actually complaining about that? Superman turns himself in like all the time. Like, Man of Steel and this movie, they aren't even the only two times he did that. He does that in a few animated movies, even in some comic book stories. Like if he believes like he's a threat or he wants to try the diplomatic route, he'll turn himself in. Samuel L. Jackson once said that DC has better villains than Marvel, and he's right, because they are pure evil compared to Marvel's villains, and that's saying a lot. I don't know about that, but I think, here's the thing. Ever since I think Avengers Infinity War came out, there's like this weird like expectation that like every single villain is now expected to have some like super deep philosophical, sympathetic motivation thing. It's just like, dude, y'all do know not all villains are like that, right? Some of them are just pure evil. That's it. It's just like, people are expecting like these people to have like these like super deep like it's always it does make the villain more interesting, but I don't think every villain needs that. Like, for example, the Joker. Like, that dude is just pure evil. Like, most of his motivations don't really make sense. He just likes causing chaos because he just likes doing it. That's his whole thing. I don't think every villain is meant to have some like deep, complex motivation. That's just me though.
Superman
So when
stops
I
that.
hear people say, "Oh, well, these villains in the Superman movie aren't that complex," it's just like, not every villain is super complex though. Like, most villains are bad just because they're bad. You feel like, y'all get what I'm saying?
Invasion. Apparently, Lex wants to use this as an excuse to box up Superman, saying that he's
Like,
running.
Thanos doesn't represent the majority of villains. And even Thanos in the comics didn't really have that deep of a motivation. He just liked destroying shit.
Counter to American foreign policy. Now, we've seen that iteration in other movies, right? That was in Batman versus Superman. You've seen it in other versions of the Superman story, but it's not really taken kind of to its ultimate extreme politically. In any case, it turns out that what he really wants is to annex half of this separate country. He's going to split it with this other dictator. One major plot hole. Lex Luthor is obviously the smartest person in the film. So smart, he can create his own universes. Is a major plot point. And he is concerned about a relatively small piece of land occupied by third worlders. This is his big plan. And
No, that's not a plot hole, because one, he didn't exactly create another universe. He has a machine that kind of rips a hole in through the fabric of reality. That was literally explained in the movie. He didn't create his own universe. And then even then, it was said that I think he wanted that piece of land because of like the resources and stuff there. And plus he wanted to use the conflict going on there to turn the people against Superman in the movie, which he does. So that's not a plot hole.
later, it turns out that he said, oh, no, I started that war just so that I could get people to turn against.
Living Maze is just Knight's other account. Like, what are these niggas saying? Eisenberg said, oh, y'all talk about Snyder's Lex because Loki was so complex in Avengers, right? Like, did y'all not know Loki was literally just causing pure evil in the Avengers movie? Carnage. I saw Further Guardian mention Carnage. Carnage is another character that's just evil. Like, not every character needs this, like, super deep and complex motivation. But thank y'all for bringing those people up.
Superman. Okay, well, he does that halfway through the film, and then he jails him, and then he leaves him alive and explains this secondary plan that apparently was his primary plan, sort of, but he doesn't kill Superman at the time for a reason that remains undisclosed.
We hear that he killed.
Because he doesn't want to kill him. Not yet, at least. He wants to know about him. That's why he was interrogating him. I'm pretty sure he would have killed him at some point, but he captured him because he wants to know about him, like where he comes from. The guy's obsessed with him. I don't really think there's anything wrong with that. Who do you have winning in a fight, Thanos or Darkseid? Darkseid, because Thanos ain't shit without the Infinity Gauntlet. Darkseid can do all sorts of crazy shit. Thanos, at least in the movies, Thanos ain't shit without the fucking Infinity Gauntlet. He's just kind of like super strong, and that's kind of it. I think Darkseid wins that pretty easily.
27 children, and you're always going to make mistakes, but that's how it is.
The entire plot is a complete mess. If you try to chart it, there's no way to do it because James Gunn doesn't care about plot. James Gunn doesn't care about characters. James Gunn cares about jokes and aesthetics. That's what James Gunn cares about.
Nobody cares anymore.
It's very difficult to make Clark a hero in a situation in which the plot is a complete mess. And again, that's not a rip on Nicholas Hoult, who I love in everything. I think he's great. Or David Corenswet or Rachel Brosnahan. That's a rip on James Gunn as a script writer. It's just not a good script. Okay, we'll get to more of this Superman review. This overlong and over...
I will say, though, the script definitely could... The script could have used a bit more, like, a tuning up at times. I will say that. I definitely think there were a few problems with the script. Like, I think I already said, like, the humor a lot of the times kind of, like, undercuts some of the important stuff in the movie. Not to the point where it ruins the movie or anything. But I definitely agree the script could have used, like, a little bit more tuning up. Let me see. I don't care about this fucking VPN shit. Alright. Darkseid wins. If Thanos is on Earth, then Darkseid could just use the anti-life equation. It's not even just that. Just Darkseid overall is just more powerful than Thanos. Hold up. Yeah, like, all Darkseid has to fucking do... Like, Darkseid can literally, like, incapacitate shit with his eyeballs. All Darkseid really has to do is just take the gauntlet off of him, and then that's it. Like, that's a wrap. Like, the Darkseid is, like, way more powerful than Thanos is. That's not a knock on Thanos. I still love Thanos as a character, but let's just be real. Darkseid wins that. Like, it's not even close. It's good that this guy doesn't get political like a lot of the grifters, but his criticisms are still very questionable. I agree. I can at least appreciate the fact that he's not, like, going in on the whole woke shit, even though he was doing that at first. But I can at least respect that. But a lot of these critiques just still don't make any sense.
CGI vomit, like complete CGI vomit. So James Gunn has I mean that the visuals are CGI vomit, like complete CGI vomit. So James Gunn has an addiction to kind of gross and weird imagery, which doesn't really fit in the context of the, again, Americana that is Superman. And so there's some really gross and weird images, particularly in the...
Dude, it's a fucking fictional universe with fictional creatures and monsters. Like, what do you expect? What are you talking about?
Pocket universe, where you have characters who are turning themselves into weird tentacly octopuses, and you have people's eyes being attacked on a wide variety of... He has an obsession with eyes, James Gunn, and you can see it in Suicide Squad. He has like an obsession with the eyeball being pierced, and it's very strange and off-putting. My wife was very off-put by a lot of this imagery. It feels like psychedelic LSD CGI vomit is what it feels like for large portions of the film. You never really get a kinetic scene of Superman doing something.
Oh my God, this man created another alt account. Oh man, this man got like 5 fucking accounts. Oh my God.
Cool. You have
I can't even concentrate on the video. Oh my God, this man is just so hell-bent on causing chaos in the chat. It's crazy. Someone banned this one account, so he just came back on it all wild. DBZ now with the $5 super chat. I appreciate it, my dude. I like the comic booky aspects of the visual effects. It's not trying to be very realistic. Right. I agree. Thank you for the super chat, man.
Of giant heavy objects falling on Superman and Superman stopping the giant heavy objects from falling to save an individual of the film. You never really get a kinetic scene of Superman doing something cool. You have multiple scenes of giant heavy objects falling on Superman and Superman stopping the giant heavy objects from falling to save an individual. Again, another plot hole. You'll have giant building. The entire building will fall, and he will stop the building from falling to save one person or a chipmunk who is in the way. But it's an entire building full of people. So
yeah, that's literally his character. He tries to save everybody. Why is this a problem? Like, what? How can you say all this and then claim to be a Superman fan? I'm not even trying to gatekeep, because I'm not even like a hardcore Superman fan like that. I could give less of a fuck. But it's just like, that's a very like basic aspect of Superman. Like, he tries to save everybody. Even animals. He fucking saves squirrels in the movie.
Another plot hole. You'll have a giant building. The entire building will fall, and he will stop the building from falling to save one person or a chipmunk who is in the way. But it's an entire building full of people, so presumably all those people are dead. In any case,
if he stops the building from falling, doesn't that save the people inside the building? Stupid. What the fuck? Delusional. Wait, you literally just debunked your own shit. Wait, if he stops the building from falling, doesn't that save the people inside the building? Am I tripping, chat? Or did he just literally just debunk he literally just debunked his own argument? Because from what I just heard, he saved the building and the people inside of it. The people were already evacuated. He's not mad that Superman didn't do cool shit in the movie. He did tons of cool shit. He's mad that Superman didn't just be invincible to everything while screaming, "America."
the visual way. But it's an entire building full of people, so presumably all those people are dead. In any case, the visuals, I think, are a problem. The music, again...
Oh, yeah, and they did evacuate. I forgot. They did evacuate.
John Williams is still alive. Just hire him to...
Even if there were people still inside the building, he would still try to save them. Like, he has X-ray vision. He could see who was inside the building. So we could just assume that they were all gone at that point. And he was more so just focused on trying to stop the building from falling on that person that he was looking at.
Your Superman movie, you stupid... Just stop it.
Get some help.
I get very exercised. This is the only thing that really exercises me about this. John Williams, his original Superman score is one of the great scores in all of movie history. It is a phenomenal...
I would gladly debate anyone here. You go ahead and do that, bro. You feel free. You go ahead and do that. I'm not gonna ban you just for disagreeing. You feel free. Go ahead and do that, bro. But it doesn't even. But here's the thing. It doesn't even seem like you even want to hear like the other side of the argument. You're kind of just blindly hating, to be honest with you. But I mean, you can feel free if you want. I don't care. As long as you don't say anything like too out of pocket.
Beginning to end, it may be John Williams' best score. I love that score so much. It is a great, great score. It is magic. And what do? They take the original theme and they play a few notes from it because it's so iconic, and then they underscore it with nothing, with like a pedal tone. It sucks. The music is awful. The score is terrible. Just play the original score. The original score is good. The original score is magic. You feel the magic when Superman flies in the original.
Damn, the Superman movie can't have its own soundtrack? Can James Gunn not use his own soundtrack for the movie? I mean, they referenced the original theme. Is that not enough? Why would they completely rip the whole score from that? That just doesn't make any sense. What? I don't know what he's talking about.
Score. Like, what are you doing? Okay, then we get to the actual politics. So I know this is what people are waiting for. They're waiting for my political rip on this film. So we've been told this is a movie about illegal immigration.
How about be original? It's funny you say that because Ben is literally telling them to use a soundtrack from another movie. When James Gunn's movie already has an original soundtrack. What are you talking about?
Not really. Honestly, like you have to look to find that. There's one. So I know this is what people are waiting for. They're waiting for my political rip on this film. So we've been told this is a movie about illegal immigration. Not really. Honestly, like you have to look to find that. There's one line where...
Wasn't there a whole legal reason for why they couldn't use the theme? Yeah. They can't just rip complete soundtracks from like other movies. Even in Sonic 3, they couldn't even use the whole this is worse than Matt Walsh's Sonic 3 review, by the way. I don't know how the fuck he achieved that. But I think there was a whole thing going on with the Sonic movie where they wanted to use the whole Live and Learn song, but they couldn't. They literally could only use a portion of it. Because like you can't just rip full songs from like other media like that.
Clark is saying, aren't you going to read me my rights? James Gunn's politics is so ham-handed, like truly ham-handed, that it doesn't even read as political, it just reads as stupid. So there's a moment where Clark, he's being arrested, and he says, aren't you going to read me my rights? And one of the members of the government says, well, you're now considered an enemy alien, right? You don't have any rights because you're not an American. All right. Like, if that's supposed to be some sort of like anti-ICE sentiment, it's really weak. Also, legally incredibly stupid.
No. What? No, it's because he's from another planet. That's why. Bruh. Ain't no fucking way he just said that shit.
An enemy alien, right? You don't have any rights because you're not an American. All right. Like, if that's supposed to be some sort of like...
He just doesn't understand Superman. That's the whole point. He's an immigrant from another planet. That's why they're treating him... That's from their perspective, that's why they're treating him how they're treating him. Like, why is this so hard to understand? Like, you have to just be intentionally dumb to just not understand that.
Anti-ICE sentiment. It's really weak. Also, legally incredibly stupid, considering that he came to Earth as a baby and then was adopted by an American family, which would make him American.
That was meant for the babies of slaves. It wasn't meant for people trying to scam the system.
Yeah, they know that, but they don't care. They see him as a threat because of his powers and stuff like that. That's the whole point.
And come into the country on a vacation.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
There's a suggestion that he says truth, justice, and the human way. I didn't catch that anywhere in the film. The sort of social media politics that social media is stupid and rigged by bots, which, I mean, I think everybody sort of agrees on at this point. And there's a really dumb social media is stupid and rigged by bots, which, I mean, I think everybody sort of agrees on at this point. And there's a really dumb visual joke where Lex has set up actual monkeys typing into computers as his bots. It's like, oh, God. But that's so James Gunn. Again, it's all so... I just don't like James Gunn. I mean,
Why is that bad? He's not even elaborating on why that's bad. It makes sense. Like, I'm pretty sure that was like a metaphor on how like a lot of the outrage and stuff like that is manufactured. Which we know that's true to an extent. Like, why is this an issue?
Just to be... And again, I'm one of the people who, when James Gunn was first fired from the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise in July 2018 over bad old tweets, I actually defended him at the time. So it's not about like anything personal with James Gunn. I just don't like his movies very much. The other politics of the situation are supposedly this foreign policy thing. So the left is suggesting that the foreign policy conflict in which Superman engages is a stand-in for Israel and the Palestinians, or alternatively for Russia and Ukraine. So let me give you the geopolitical setup. The geopolitical setup here is for Russia and Ukraine. So let me give you the geopolitical setup. The geopolitical setup.
Oh, he's talking about the politics and stuff like that.
Here is that there is a country called Boravia, and this country called Boravia is run by essentially a corrupt dictator who's working with Lex Luthor, and it invades another sovereign country, Jarhanpur. Okay, and so Superman stops that at the very beginning. Okay, like, and doesn't show him stopping it. He talks to Lois Lane about it. Fine. Okay, the idea is geopolitically that Boravia has been a longtime ally of the United States. Jarhanpur is a country where we don't know who it's allied with, and it may or may not.
I've seen people take the monkey trolls really personally, and I find that very funny. Yeah, it's very telling who's getting offended by the monkey scene. If you get offended by that monkey scene, I don't know, man. Because clearly there was some messaging in there that, you know, you guys actually have to be free thinkers and stop following manufactured outrage. It's very telling who's getting offended by that. You make a good point there. Very telling. Ranting for Vengeance made a new Rage Bait vid. Yeah, we'll take a look at it after this.
Be run by jihadis, but we don't know. Like, we don't know who it's run by.
Y'all like the stream, by the way. Drop a like on the stream.
Doesn't matter. The only reason that Clark stops it, that Superman stops it, is he says because
People were going to die.
which, as we'll get to in sort of my final breakdown of why this movie doesn't work and why
How does that not work? That makes sense. What? Superman saves everybody. Why is that an aspect of why the film doesn't work?
which, as we'll get to in sort of my final breakdown of why this movie doesn't work and why no really
Like
good
he tries to save everyone, no matter like what side, they may be on. That's his whole point. He saves everyone. How does that not work? Okay.
Superman movie has been made since '78.
What did he
I'm trying to understand what he's saying, but it's just coming across as like I don't think this guy understands Superman.
I'll explain in a moment. The people of Jarhampur are brown.
Look at my African American over here.
The people of Bravia are white. Okay, so this is why the left is reading this as Israel of the Palestinians. The reason it doesn't work that way is because we are not made aware that the people of Jarhampur are
Again, what the fuck does this have to do with the left, bro? Like this man, dude, I swear the left just lives in this dude's head rent free. Now I'm not. I could care less about the whole political stuff, but it's just like it just seems like the left just lives in this dude's head rent free. Like what the fuck does this have to do with the left?
They're wildly terrorism supportive, that they've participated in multiple
You just
terrorist
have to
attacks
make everything about the left somehow.
on the people of Bravia. They're led by a corrupt dictatorship that murders gay people, right? None of that's in the movie. So it doesn't match up that way. And the idea that Bravia is Israel in this iteration, like a longtime U.S. ally that's randomly invading countries for territorial gain, that does not match up to any of the facts on the ground that we know of at all. That is not real. So maybe in left-wing brain, that's how it reads. I could see if you're a left-winger and you don't know anything about the situation, or you think a bunch of false things, you could read that maybe. You could also.
What does this have to do with the left? You yourself said they lightly touch upon politics in this movie. Why are you going on some weird ass rant about the left? What does this have to do with? What does this have to do with what was talked about in the movie?
Read this as Russia-Ukraine because it's one
left derangement syndrome.
Sovereign country
basically
that's invading another sovereign country, and because the leader of Bravia has a Russian accent. So I guess that if you have like poison left brain.
The Russians are nuking us! Go! Go, go, go! We're all gonna die! Come on, come on! The missiles are coming! They've lost their mind! Go! Get to the gym!
But you certainly don't have to read it that way. And I'm not going to read it that way because it's stupid and it doesn't make any sense politically. It makes no sense. Okay, so this brings me to my final point about this movie and all other Superman movies. The
Okay, so we're almost done.
Fundamental flaw.
React to Jester Bell? Maybe. We can take a look at it.
In all Superman movies of my lifetime is the thing that Hollywood cannot say and will not do.
Politics. Does he still stand for truth, justice, all that stuff?
The only Superman movie that I have ever seen that uses truth, justice, and the American way is the original 1978 Superman.
I'm here to fight for truth and justice in the American way.
This is not just a throwaway line. It is deeply important to the character of Superman. Why? Well, because take Superman just as a character. Superman is unbelievably powerful, unstoppable. He's faster than anyone. He has X-ray and laser vision. He's stronger than anyone, right? He's basically a god on Earth, and the biggest god on Earth. He's Zeus, right? He can do whatever he wants. Okay. And so, why is he the good guy? Why isn't Lex Luthor right? Because, let's be real, if there were a person on Earth who actually had those powers, Americans would rightly be very much afraid of that. Correct.
Bro, who is your editor, my dude? Who is your editor? These edits are just taking me out the video.
As Federalist 51 suggests, you need ambition to counteract ambition. If any one person had ultimate power, what you're really talking about is a philosopher king. And that's pretty scary because that person could be a dictator, simply doing whatever they want to the world. The only reason why Superman would be a hero as opposed to a villain is because he grew up in America, because he has the American way, right? He's emblematic of what America is. May blunder, may make mistakes.
Well, no, it's more so the ideals, right? I see it in a similar sense to like Captain America, in the sense that like Captain America doesn't really represent America. It just represents ideals of what America should strive to be. Which is why I think that's why they moved away from the whole like truth, justice, and American way thing, because it's just like it's really, he's more so an idealist. That's the way I see it. Jester Bell succumbed to the algorithm. Oh, y'all still talking about Jester Bell. He's basically saying that if Superman landed somewhere else other than America, then Superman would have been evil. I don't think that's necessarily true, because there's evil people in America too. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think that's why they moved away from that, because at the end of the day, the Kents are just good people who found them, right? Like, imagine if like some shitty American family took him in, like, you know, serial killers or murderers. He would turn out to be a much different person. So I think the whole thing is like the American aspect doesn't really matter in that sense. It's just more so the ideals. Yeah, truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. Like that just sounds better than like this whole American way thing, because America isn't always right in most situations, or in a lot of situations. So I think that evolution of Superman, that idea of Superman makes sense. I don't really think people should be focused on the whole American way thing when it comes to that line, or when it comes to that idea of Superman. If the Klan raised him. See, I didn't even want to go there, but that's true. The Klan is a thing that exists in America. So you have to keep in mind, what if the Klan found him in America? He'd turn out to be much different. He'd be a Confederate that's what I'm saying. Like the whole American way is just kind of like an unnecessary like generalization. It's an overgeneralization, basically. Head Ninja, I didn't even want to go there. But you actually proved my point. So like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's why they moved away from that American way type of thing. They don't understand he means the original American ideal. Exactly. It's not really just a representation of just America in general. DBZ now. Oh, he sent another super chat. Plenty of meme potential from the many scenes of this movie, especially the monkey scene. Yes. Thank you for the super chat, my guy. I appreciate it.
But overall stands for freedom and
well,
liberty.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and finish up this vid though, so we can go ahead and move on to like other videos.
Private property and free speech and all of those things.
All that stuff.
Right? All the good American stuff. There's a great comic book called Superman Red Sun. It's an alternative universe in which Superman's capsule from Krypton lands in Soviet Russia. And he grows up as the emblem of Soviet Russia. And he's evil because he grew up in Soviet Russia. Because if you give that power, that amount of power to an evil ideology, then evil ensues. So this is why it's really important. It's not just truth, justice, and the
yeah,
human.
an evil ideology. Like, so again, it goes back to ideals. So that proves my point even more. It's more so about the ideals and everything else.
Way or truth, justice, and
we
all
know,
that.
Like the Soviet stuff doesn't. I don't really think that doesn't really define Russia anymore. Like, there's good families in Russia. Like, Superman could have landed in Russia and found a good Russian family. That could very much been a thing that happened.
Good stuff.
So again, this just goes back to the whole overgeneralization stuff.
Specific definition of Americanism that says that this is why America, for example, should be a world power, because America is better than other countries, and people who live in accordance with America.
Oh my God, America is better than other countries. Dude, this kind of reminds me of when y'all remember when he wasn't even evil in Red Sun. I haven't seen or read Red Sun. But if what y'all are saying is true, then he's wrong in that regard too. This man just said America is better than other countries. Y'all remember when Asmongold said something along the lines of our culture, American culture, is like inferior, is like superior to other countries, or like he said some shit about Palestine's culture being inferior to ours or something. And it was just like such a dumb take, because it's like, y'all have to understand how America got here. America did all kinds of fucked up shit to get to where we are now. America had slavery, oppressed black people, oppressed women, oppressed Native Americans for a long time. Like, America is not this like big, is not like, we're not fucking saints. It's just like, it's just like, this just comes from such a narrow understanding of the world. Okay, so Red Sun Superman wasn't really quote-unquote evil. Okay. Again, I haven't read or seen Superman Red Sun. So, Red Sun is more of a neutral character. Makes sense. Let's go.
Americanism make the world better if they have more power. That's why America is good. Because otherwise, Superman is bad, and Lex Luthor is right, and we should restrict his power. And we should jail him, and we should...
Did this man just say Lex Luthor is right? Oh my fucking god. This dude just said Lex Luthor is right. I'm fucking dead. Yeah, I think that just pretty much just sums up this review. Do we really need to watch the rest of this? Yeah, I think we only got a few minutes left. We could finish it up. We'll finish it up. Let's see what he says here.
Because otherwise, Superman is bad, and Lex Luthor is right, and we should restrict his power. And we should jail him, and we should check and balance him, and we should not let him be free. The problem is that Hollywood cannot say the American way because they don't believe in the American way. They don't believe that America is unique. They don't believe in these American basic values and principles and rights. They have a hard time, even with the idea that, like, the values of Ma and Pa Kent back on the farm are values that ought to be promulgated in the best of all possible circumstances. And so what they come away with in kind of the key moment in this movie, for example, is Pa Kent telling Clark that parents don't make missions for their kids, right? They don't make their kids kind of what they are in terms of what they should be. They give kids the tools to choose what they want to be, and then those choices make those kids what they are. Okay, that's kind of half true and half not. Of course.
Wait, what?
And then those choices make those kids what they are. Okay, that's kind of half true and half not. Of course, you give your kids the tools to make choices in life, but you also try to define the mission your kid should have in life. That's maybe the most important thing you do as a parent. Direct them in a world of choices at what is the ultimate good, what is the ultimate goal. Hollywood is not run by...
No, because that's from a matter of perspective. There's nuance involved in that. Basically, what he's saying is, don't let the kid think for himself, basically. Like, no. So, what Jonathan is saying is right. Like, that's not really his place to, like, say, oh, this is what you're supposed to do in life. No, it's just, they just give them, like, tools, you know, a moral guide, so to say, but they don't try to define what the kid should do in life. What?
By people who believe that there is such a thing as an ultimate good or an ultimate goal. It's run by moral relativists who have a kind of, at best, soft-pedaled, generic, be nice attitude toward the world, which is why Superman's defense of intervening in this foreign conflict.
No, because not everyone has a true concept of what's good and bad exactly. That's what I said earlier. It's like from a matter of perspective. That's not really a definitive thing.
People were going to die.
Okay, well, people would die on the other side, presumably, if you didn't intervene. Or people die every day in conflicts all over the world. Right? The reason that Clark...
But Superman still tries. That's the whole point of his character. He still tries to save everyone. Obviously, we know he can't physically save everybody, but the point is that he tries. So that's what that goes back to the whole idealism. That's what he strives to do. That's what they strive for.
Superman is supposed to intervene is because one side is right and one side is wrong. And unless you are willing to simply say that all foreign policy situations in which people die under any circumstances are equivalent, which I don't think is right, then you end up in this kind of weird generic place. the central question of Superman has never really been handled by any movie, and it's certainly not handled here, which is why should one person be given this much power? And the answer is he shouldn't, unless he is essentially just a metaphor for what makes America awesome, which is what Superman was designed to be. This is why Superman in the original comics is punching Hitler, because he is the American way and not the German way or the Soviet way or the Chinese way, which are different things. So again, that is the fatal flaw.
Why'd he put, hold up.
The Soviet way or the Chinese way.
Why is Colin Keenan up there? Isn't he a fucking superhero? Yeah, he's the isn't he like a different Superman? He's a superhero, isn't he? Why'd he put Colin Keenan up here?
You'll walk away. 2 days later, you won't be thinking about the movie. 2 hours later, you won't be thinking about the movie. Nothing about the movie is going to stick with you. The hero of the movie is the dog. Superman has to be saved multiple times by this, like, not particularly good dog. I mean, he's a good doggo, I suppose, but he really is badly behaved, this dog. Yeah,
this video wasn't good. All right. The worst Superman of all time. I want to see let's see what Tyrone Magnus says. Hang on, because I'm just... I'm brain rotted right now. Bro, not this. Oh, Lord. I want to see what Tyrone says about the movie, because we all know he was hating on it before the movie came out. I want to take a look at what he says about the movie, and then we'll look at these two. Y'all niggas just goofing around in chat, ain't y'all? Y'all crazy. But I want y'all to know I do appreciate y'all support, though, like, genuinely. But let's go. And again, y'all drop a like on the stream. My comments come in late. Hold up. I want to test something. Everybody who's watching in the chat, put 1. I need to test something. I need to see how far. Is there a delay? Put 1 in the chat. I want to see how far the delay is. And then we'll get into this vid. Okay, so it's not that far. Okay, it's not that far off. Cause I'm just like, why are people saying their comments coming in late? All right. Appreciate it. So it's like maybe like a 10-10 second delay. All right, there's a little bit of a delay, but not too much. All right, well, let's go. Tyrone always gotta be dramatic, bro. My volume is really low? Bro. Hold up. Why people keep saying that? Is it high now? Because I turned it up. Hang on. Because I turned it up. It should be good now. I don't know why people keep on saying my mic is low.
Me. All right. Superman 2025 was stupid. It was dumb. It was corny. It was cheesy. It was goofy. It was campy. And it was one big old piece of trash.
The thing about Tyrone is he's a hater. He's a clear hater, but he's also funny. He's a funny. He's like I can't help but like laugh. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. He's a hater, but he's a funny hater. Like in a funny type of way.
I said it was one big
Like
old...
he puts on like a spectacle. He puts on a show. It's funny to watch. We'll take a look at it.
He's a trash.
He is funny times. I gotta give it to him. Tyrone is funny at times. Yes, he has some bad takes, but he's pretty funny at times. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I mean. I don't have anything against the guy personally.
My God. That was one of the dumbest, stupid superhero movies I've ever seen, and I've seen Thor: Love and Thunder.
This is not as bad as Thor: Love and Thunder. Definitely not.
The Krypto bad dog jokes were played like the screaming goats. Hour later. Half hour later.
This is just over exaggerating.
There were a lot of characters in this movie, and I gotta say, I think that James Gunn actually handled that well. I think he's actually has a talent for that. I liked Mr. Terrific. I did not like Hawkgirl. Guy Gardner was okay with me. I liked, what's his name? Now I'm forgetting his name. Metamorpho. I liked him.
Okay,
Lois
so
was
he likes Mr. Terrific. He likes Guy Gardner. He likes Metamorpho.
Okay, Jimmy was aight.
He likes Lois. He likes Jimmy.
Lex was kinda good.
Kinda good. Oh my God. He's kind of good.
Krypto irritated me, but there were cute moments. Perry White was just there. Ultraman was Ultraman. He was rather boring, to tell you the truth. I liked Clark's parents, especially his mom. His mom was funny. I liked his mom.
Am I tripping, chat? It kind of sounds like he likes the movie. It kind of sounds like he likes the movie. Because he says the movie's trash at the start, but then he goes on to list like a whole bunch of shit he likes about the movie. Tyrone. This man said kinda good. Yeah, he likes everything with the movie, but says it's trash. It kind of sounds like he likes the movie.
Someone shows up at the end of the movie and has a really stupid exchange. A scene with Krypto. Superman himself. You know, I it's weird. Like he had his moments. You know,
bro, he 100% likes the movie, bro. He dead ass liked the movie. Oh my God, he's pretending to hate it. This man is complimenting most of the aspects of the movie. He dead ass likes it, but he can't bring himself to say that because he knows that his audience would betray him. I'm not sure. He likes the movie, bro. It sounds like he likes the movie.
Corn Sweat had his moments. I think that he has the ability to play Clark/Superman however he is written. It's just, I think that the way he was written, yeah, you know, there's a lot of him getting beat up. There's a lot of him getting frustrated with things.
I don't hate this review at all. I actually dead ass thinks he likes the movie, but he just doesn't want to say it.
And a little whiny, you know. I liked him, you know, but I didn't really like him. I didn't love him.
He likes him, but he doesn't really like him. Tell me that doesn't sound like a nigga that enjoyed the movie. Hey, I wish he would just say it though. Let me. What does his comment say? Like, bro, he can't say he likes the movie. This man is being salty right now. As soon as I left the theater. Let me see. Didn't have Tyrone mimicking a screaming goat on my bingo card this morning. Yeah, everybody's just saying how funny he is. But it sounds like he likes the movie.
Didn't feel that Superman was great. You know what I mean? The character itself. The score and the music was, you know, it was.
He deleted a good amount of the comments where people said they liked the movie. That's another thing I heard he was doing. Apparently he, because I missed a ton of shit. Apparently he was copyright striking somebody who didn't agree with him. Tyrone that nigga was crashing out earlier in the week. I know there was a video that said, hold up. And y'all told me about this. Apparently he was copyright striking people. It was this vid. It was this video. Wasn't it this one?
And I'm very excited.
Because he made like a pretty good video. It wasn't this one. And then he also made a fucking burner account. Hold up. This nigga had a whole burner account. Hold up.
Talk
yeah,
about this, 'cause
it was this video. It was this video.
Stamp on this and just kind of conclude it. I'm not going to talk about him again. I don't want to be considered a grifter. Honestly, he has been losing his mind a little bit. And the first thing that had happened was apparently he made a whole ass burner account just to talk crap, I guess. And when he made this burner account, not only did he use, you know what, I'm going to spoil it. Let's go ahead and talk about this, because his burner account is really funny. He said, "You need to stop hating on Tyrone. It's obvious you're just a hater. You have negative..."
You need to stop. You need to stop hating on Tyrone. It's obvious you're just a hater. You have negative energy.
And this is mental illness. He's a great person with great morals and high IQ and very honest, and lots of people look up to him. If you keep this up, he might copyright strike you, so chill out. You are being a hater, and you need to get help.
If you keep this up, he might copyright strike you. Now, he hasn't copyright stricken me. For some reason, because even though I've only made one video on him, to be fair, but it seems like he's really only able to do this to like smaller creators. That's why I wasn't aware of it. But this man said, if you keep this up, he might copyright strike you. So chill out.
Also, don't bother replying to Tyrone because he will block you eventually. Also, he doesn't care about you, so don't bother trying to get his attention. This video is a big old pile of trash. Oh, and James Gunn's Superman looks like trash. His suit looks like trash. The colors aren't even classic, and the dog scene is stupid. If you can't accept that, then you're just a Snyder hater. Henry Cavill was never given a shot to finish.
Oh my goodness.
Holy crap, what the hell was that? I've never seen somebody, so much, LMAO. I'm not Tyrone Magnus. What are you talking about? Your handle is T. Crawley. Tyrone Crawley is Tyrone Magnus' real name.
Oh shit. Wait, for real? Is that actually his real name? That would actually be hilarious if it was. Oh my god. Okay, look. To be fair, alright, look. To be fair, we don't know for sure that this is him. But it's kind of weird that it's the exact same name.
The T doesn't stand for Tyrone. It stands for something else. Dude, your handle is T Crawley, but on your channel, it's spelled out fully Tyrone Crawley. Oh yeah, my nickname is Tyrone. Not my real name, but it's a coincidence. I'm not Tyrone Magnus.
Man.
Your YouTube handle says 1977. That's
we don't know. Nah, that's actually diabolical. That's diabolical. That's insane. This man had a whole burner account. I can't. Yo.
It's the year Tyrone Magnus was
nah, my nickname is Tyrone.
Born. Nah, it's just a coincidence. The 1977 doesn't stand for the year I was born. It stands for the year Star Wars: A New. Tyrone Magnus was born.
This man got exposed. He out here making burner accounts, going to channels criticizing him. Oh, and by the way, the video I made on him, I think I already said that the video I made on him, one of his fans, I remember seeing a comment. One of his fans said that, Morph, the character that doesn't. One of his fans said that I was an L channel and that I would never hit 10,000 subscribers. How many subs did I have at the time that I made this? Let me see. I had 2,000 subscribers at the time that I made this video. There was a Tyrone fan in the comments saying that this was an L channel. I would never hit 10,000 subscribers. Bro. I'm at 12,000 subscribers. As soon as I hit 10,000, I literally went back, found that comment, pinned it. And everybody who saw this video from that point absolutely shat on him. They were like, yo, this did not age well at all. And guess what? He fucking deleted the comment. Fucking moron. I pinned it. I wanted him to get humiliated. And he couldn't take the heat. He deleted it. Because you got proven the fuck wrong. See, look, here's the thing. All of my haters, all the niggas I've gotten into beef with on YouTube, I've surpassed all of them. I'm not even trying to flex. I'm like, what the hell is Alpha Eagle doing right now? Let's go on a trip down memory lane real quick. What the fuck is Alpha Eagle doing right now? I want to see what he's doing right now. Still at, look, 912 subs. I think I was like, what, at like 2,000 subs when I first made a video on this dude. I'm at 12K. This nigga's still at 900. And then the other guy I was talking about, even though we're kind of cool now, but I think a few of his videos came across my algorithm. 3.18. We were both at 2,000 subs when we got into a beef. Look at me now. 12,000 subs. Still at 3. Everybody I've gotten into trouble with, I've gotten into beef with, I've surpassed all of them. You got to give me that. You got to give me that. Because I stepped up my content. I improved my thumbnails. I learned. You got to, even my haters, even the niggas who hate me, y'all got to give me that. Got to give me Same reason why that nigga in the Tyrone vid deleted his fucking comment. Because he knew he was fucking stupid for that. Gotta give it to me. Gotta give me that. Gotta give me the credit. I'm not even saying this to brag. I'm just being real. Just being real. Anyways, back to the review. Just wanted to glaze myself real. Just had to glaze myself real quick.
It was good.
And
at
soon
time.
we'll hit my ultimate goal is 100K subscribers. I want to once I hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'll be satisfied. I ain't even trying to hit a mil. 100K. That's my ultimate goal.
Sometimes it was.
Let's go back to his review. Let's go back to what he said in his review. I see. I knew you had potential. I'm happy to help that my prediction was right. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, bro.
I think it fit for the most part. I didn't feel drawn out of it, you know.
I'll be activating membership soon too, because I know people were asking about that. I'll be activating the membership stuff so that y'all can start using emojis and all that shit, stuff like that. You know, I gotta improve my channel, man. Gotta improve.
Part,
but let's
I
keep
didn't
going.
feel drawn out of it, you know. The special effects, I felt as though
Get yourself a hotel. See, here's the thing. I still don't really make shit on YouTube. I'll tell you, I think usually how much I make on YouTube is like somewhere in between like 300, 400 monthly, like a month. On a good month, it'll be like maybe 600, 700. But I still don't really make shit on YouTube. This shit is really just for fun more than anything else. Now, hopefully I can get to a point where that could be the case. I think once I get to 100K, I'll be able to like maybe make a decent income off of it. But right now, I still don't really make shit off of YouTube. Luckily, I have a day job, so I don't really have to worry about that. But don't get it twisted. I'm growing, but I'm still not really making shit.
the special effects.
Hi, I'm from Jamaica. First stream. Welcome, bro. Welcome, my dude. Appreciate you tuning in. But let's finish this review, though.
Seemed a little bit better than what I had seen in the trailers and in the clips. Certain things with context made more sense, you know, when you're watching the whole movie. But overall, man, it was just so chock full of slapstick camp that I just found myself shaking my head. That was it. And I never got over the suit. However, there were moments where he looked better in the suit, and moments where he didn't look better in the suit. You get what I'm saying? God's honest truth, I actually did forget about the suit at one point.
Yeah, see, he dead ass likes the movie, but he just can't bring himself to say it. Like, I don't think his review is bad at all. I just think he needs to just be honest with himself and say, I found the movie to be enjoyable. Because he literally said, like, he enjoys, like, most aspects of the movie. And then with the whole slapstick and camp thing, that's, like, a basic part of Superman, though. See, like, what does he say here?
If there truly is a changing of the guard going on, I do not think... If there truly is a changing of the guard going on with audiences, then this very well could be a hit.
This very well could be a hit. Just say you like the movie, dog. I'm not even gonna shit on this review. I don't think this is a bad review.
I personally don't think it will be. I mean, how much has Superman made at the box office?
See, like, it's already doing better than like most MCU movies. Like, it's definitely gonna be a hit. it's definitely a hit. It even surpassed it even passed Man of Steel. Cause he was trying to say Jade's Superman box office opening fails to beat Man of Steel's, but it literally passed. Did it not pass its opening though? James Gunn's Superman beat Man of Steel opening weekend. Oh, damn, no. Oh, it's still pretty close. Wait. I'm confused. See, I need an actual, like, fucking source, because at first it said no, but then it said yes. Hang on. Tracking at 90 mil, 120 million, 116 million opening weekend. Yeah, it's still pretty close. It's at 314 mil right now. Yeah, it's already doing better than like most MCU movies. Still very much a hit. Still very much a hit with audiences. But I think that's it. I don't think Tyrone made a bad review. Box Office Mojo. $166, 125, 95 mil. And how much did Man of Steel? How much did Man of Steel make opening weekend? Oh, 116. Okay, so it did beat it. Yeah, it did beat it. Oh, damn. That's crazy. So it did beat its opening. Oh, shit. Oh, well, Snyder Cult fans can't even say that. It did beat it. Damn. Definitely a hit, then. Definitely a hit. All right. Bro. This nigga dropped another fucking video. Nah, bro, they got paid apparently. He gotta stop lying to himself. Nah, and this movie was nerfed and still did better. What are these people saying? I don't think I've ever seen this level of gaslighting with any movie. Because I don't want to, but we'll take a look at a little bit. Let's just see what fuckery he has to say, because I really want to get to I think people were telling me to check out this one as well, but we'll see what he has to say. Let's see, bro. Let's see.
I wasn't going to make another video on Superman, but the box office and all the people... I wasn't going to make another video on Superman, but the box office and all the people freaking out online said otherwise. Most of the actors and the people who are making this movie have come out and said some of the most retarded things I've ever heard. But before we get into it, if you agree with anything I say, maybe consider subscribing, checking out my Twitter or my Patreon. So I have nothing more to say about the actual film of Superman. I already did a full review, but there seems to be a massive campaign.
Bro, turn on the lights. Bro, this man is a troll in a fucking dark... This man is like in a dark swamp or some shit. You could tell he never leave his room. God, yeah, that's our new nickname for him, Swamp Thing. We'll call him Swamp Thing. Oh my God, that's perfect. That's fucking perfect. What? Hold on. What is Swamp Thing? What's Swamp Thing? Hold up. That's our new. That's our new nickname. That's our new nickname from now on. We'll call him Swamp Thing. All right, let's see what Swamp Thing has to say.
Say about the actual film of Superman. I already did a full review, but there seems to be a massive campaign all across the internet trying to make this.
Check Discord. Hold up. Meme section. Yo, wow for that. Nah. No. How the fuck did y'all even get this? Oh my God. No. Yo, wild for that. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, wild for that, bro. Is that Sukuna? How the fuck? Alright. Awesome real shit. We gotta get into the video.
Movie seemed like a massive success. And I'm not going to say that this movie is an entire flop and that nobody on planet Earth likes it, but for the most part, this movie sucks and most people know it. For the past few days, some of the actors and James Gunn himself has come out and said some stuff that just needs to be called out. I don't care if you like the movie or not. James Gunn deserves nobody's respect. You can't say that he's a great filmmaker.
Hold up.
This movie sucks.
I gotta pay attention now. I gotta get back into it. Again, y'all drop a like on the stream. I think I said it 3 times, but we trying to get to 100 likes this stream. Y'all better drop a like.
And most people know it. For the past few days, some of the actors and James Gunn himself has come out and said some stuff that just needs to be called out. I don't care if you like the movie or not. James Gunn deserves nobody's respect. You can't say that he's a great filmmaker. What movies has he made? Guardians 1, 2 and 3. All it did was push the Marvel humor that destroyed Marvel and DC. And I've seen
they were still good movies though. Oh, Guardians 2 was... I didn't like Guardians 2, but Guardians 1 and 3 were solid. So that alone debunks your point.
Most of James Gunn's other movies besides that.
No, I don't think I'm familiar. What other movies has James Gunn? Yeah, Suicide Squad. I know that was a banger. Hold up. This isn't all, Oh, I heard Slither was pretty good. I haven't seen these other ones. He was involved in Scooby-Doo? He wrote Scooby-Doo? Hold up. I didn't know that. I didn't know that shit. I kind of like Scooby-Doo. I mean, I thought it was a bit cringe at times, but I like the Scooby-Doo movie. Did you watch Creature Commandos? No, but I heard it was good. And then I think Peacemaker, he was involved in Peacemaker. Let me see. Yeah, James Gunn has had some bangers. Okay, Brightburn was aight. So, don't look up Gunn's tweets. I'm not. I've already seen them. Let me see. Let's keep going.
And none of them are really great movies. And not to mention what the dude has said in the past. And
Scooby-Doo was awful? Bro, that's cap. The live-action Scooby-Doo, because I remember watching it when I was a kid. I liked it.
People love leaving comments on Twitter posts.
But I still prefer the animated show, though.
Videos like mine saying that you're just like... People love leaving comments on Twitter posts and videos like mine saying that you're just like Lex Luthor and you're just like the monkeys in the movie. The real army of bots are the people loving this and trying to make it sound good. And the real Lex Luthor is the guy who talks about kids in a really weird way. And he came out talking about superhero fatigue and said the usual cope, saying that I don't believe in superhero fatigue, I just believe in bad movie fatigue.
I don't believe in superhero fatigue. I think there's, mediocre movie fatigue.
That's true. Because if people were fatigued from superheroes in general, then stuff like Snyderverse and the Batman, those movies wouldn't be successful at all. This movie wouldn't have much success. It's really people are just sick of the bad writing. What's wrong with what he said?
Well, when an adult male is chasing a female with intent to commit rape, I shoot the bastard. That's my policy.
If that's true, if you actually believe that, then your movie is just part of both of those categories. Not only does it not work as a superhero movie, it's also just a bad movie. I just think that there's a fatigue of people like James Gunn and the type of movies that they make, and the way that they speak about fans, sneering and laughing at people who are MAGA and people that they don't agree with and people who aren't immigrants. For the final time, this dude does not deserve anybody's respect. He's just some spastic who needs to be put in prison. And now we get onto the actor who played Mr. Terrific. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his foreign name, but people hail him as the scene stealer and this awesome badass in the movie. Who the hell is Mr. Terrific? I'm a comic book fan and I know that Mr. Terrific should not be the standout in a Superman movie. That's not a plus for the movie, saying that he was great. Superman.
Yes, it is though. He's a character that contributes to the plot of the movie. What?
Does not deserve anybody's respect.
And most DC fans know who Mr. Terrific is. Like, if you've seen the Justice League show, like Mr. Terrific is like any DC fan knows who he is. He's just more so underrated than anything else. These niggas keep on saying who is Mr. Terrific. It makes sense that this guy has an issue with Mr. Terrific.
Like James Gunn and the type of movies that they make and the way that they speak about
like, how are you a DC fan and you never heard of Mr. Terrific?
Sneering and laughing at people who are MAGA and people that they don't agree with and people who aren't immigrants. For the final time, this dude does not deserve anybody's respect. He's just some spastic who needs to be put in prison. And now we get onto the act.
Spastic? Why does he keep... Watch, is this some type of slur? Slurred speech or is a speech disorder. I don't know. What does spastic mean? What does that mean? Why does he keep saying that?
Actor who played Mr. Terrific. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his foreign name, but people hail him as the scene stealer and this awesome badass in the movie. Who the hell is Mr. Terrific? I'm a comic book fan and I know that Mr. Terrific should not be the standout in a Superman movie. That's not a plus for the movie, saying that he was great. Superman shouldn't have been on the ground screaming and crying. But it says here that he hopes that Mr. Terrific encourages kids to embrace their intellect and nerdiness.
Andy Gathegi says he hopes Mr. Terrific makes an impact to show kids to embrace their intelligence or nerdiness. Yes, what's wrong with that? There's an opportunity to create new norms for kids, black kids, but also all kids who are told they're too smart or nerdy or quiet. Mr. Terrific inspires them to feel like they can be themselves. It's their intellect that's powerful.
And I'm not even going to read all of it.
That's pretty awesome. I didn't know he said that.
I have to read out the starting bit where he just accidentally slips.
Why is he upset about a black character being written well? I've seen that pattern with a lot of these creators bashing the movie lately. I'm just saying.
And I'm not even going to read all of it out. I just have to read out the starting bit where he just accidentally slips up and says what he really feels. There's an opportunity to create new norms for kids, black kids, but also all kids. See how he had to backpedal because he was talking about black kids. That's all he cares about, and he had to say, oh yeah, and also all kids. The fact that this guy has more...
No, it's just Mr. Terrific is a popular black superhero. that's really all there is to it. And obviously, the fact that he's a minority character getting so much praise, that's not super common. Because we know these idiots scream whenever they see a black person. So it's like it just seems like he's so mad that Mr. Terrific is getting praise. What? It's fine. So it's fine for him to like Guy Gardner. It's fine for him to like any of the white characters in the movie. As soon as Mr. Terrific gets a bit of praise, it's a bad thing. I don't know what the fuck I expected from this. We don't need to see any more of this. But is there any more y'all wanted to take a look at or react to? I know there was this one. People wanted me to take a look at this review. Hang on. I'll be right back. Let me see. Fix my mic. Jeremy Johns. You need to watch Jezebel. Alright. Hang on. We'll take a look at Jezebel. Cause I know y'all niggas just want me to watch Jezebel for some reason. I want to see what she has to say about the movie. But Jezebel hates everything though. It's just like I wouldn't even be surprised if she didn't like the movie. What did she say about the movie, bro? Hang on. All right. Let's see what she said.
Hi. Female Frodo Baggins here with possibly my biggest and most controversial we'll see review of the year. It's Superman time, and I've finally seen the movie. But looking around online, like I wasn't able. You have to understand, I wasn't able to go see it the early Tuesday showing, so I had to go on Thursday. So that means I had days of just reactions coming after me, positive reactions, calling this the best superhero movie ever made. 11 out of 10. Gunn has done it again. It's good, but it could have been better. Or, as a lot of people were also saying, a disappointing film as well, despite what the Rotten Tomatoes score might say, which maybe we'll talk about later. So, going into this film, I didn't know what to expect because there was so much positivity, and I would say that the overwhelming positivity drowned out the negative aspects, and the negative people were not lambasting this film as strongly by comparison. So, by the time I was actually going to sit down and watch the film, I didn't know what to expect. And so I just was like, what's gonna be my reaction to this film? Was it different than the marketing? Well, it's an entirely different movie than the marketing suggested. But
I disagree. I think it was exactly what the marketing suggested. It was a fun, bright, colorful Superman adventure. That's exactly what the movie advertised itself to be. I disagree with this take. I think it was pretty clear what the movie was going to be going into it. But let's hear what she has to say. Let's hear her out.
No one who is negative on this film is being negative enough.
So they're not being negative enough, apparently.
The words came into my head as I was watching it. This movie is an unbelievable disaster. I did not expect it to be this level. This
unbelievable
like if
disaster.
You're complaining about Batman versus Superman, I am not a Zack Snyder fan. I think those movies are terrible. Those are some of the worst superhero movies ever made, Batman versus Superman. But if you're complaining about a convoluted plot for Batman versus Superman, you should be complaining about it here. James Gunn.
See, the plot's not convoluted though. Why do people keep saying that? The plot of Superman is pretty simple. There's a civil war going on. Lex uses that to try to turn the world against Superman because he's the bad guy. Superman has to stop him. The plot is not that convoluted. So, like, anyone with no media literacy, sure, okay, the plot's convoluted. Like, the plot of the movie is not complicated. Now, Batman versus Superman is a pretty bad... Batman versus Superman was pretty bad. But the plot of James Gunn's Superman movie is not that convoluted. I don't know. Let's hear her out. Let's hear her out.
Superman is the worst movie it could have been for the start of a superhero franchise.
Like, for real, dead ass, the plot of the movie is like so fucking simple.
The reason why I thought unbelievable disaster is how could they mess it up this badly? Now, before we get into the points I'm going to make in this video, I want to say I was nervous about doing this video because, guys, I think there is something happening with this film because, guys, this movie isn't even just like Thunderbolts, you guys. You know that I was the odd one out of that film and I did not think it was good. Guys, Thunderbolts is head and shoulders a better film than Superman. It's not even close. Marvel still has it on DC, at least in terms of Thunderbolts, not Brave New World, that they could cohesively put together a movie better than DC, apparently. And I'm not even a fan of Thunderbolts. I gave Thunderbolts a 5 or a 6. This one gets a 2 at best. Thunderbolts was better. But guys, with Thunderbolts, I could see...
Hold up. Something's going on. Hang on. Did the stream go out? The stream didn't go out, did it? Oh, never mind. Okay, we're straight. Man, this guy has such a sad ass channel. Damn, for real. You could take this sad ass band then. Stupid ass. Wait, what? Dude. Y'all niggas are crazy. It's like y'all just keep forgetting whose stream y'all on. Bro. Get out of here, bro. What are you talking about? Let's keep going. Alright, good. Alright, stream's cool. I bet.
People enjoyed the film. And I even questioned myself. I'm wondering, was I just going into it too jaded? Was it a better film and I just wasn't giving it the proper chance? I do not have that same doubt with Superman. I am as convinced of what I saw with this film and how objectively bad it is as I would be for, say, the Minecraft movie. But guys, without further delay, I'm already talking way too long about this. There's just so much writing on this film. Not just for Superman the character, for DC as a brand, for a new franchise, for the superhero genre that's been keeping Hollywood alive, for WB as a studio. There's so much writing on this film that I think people, like, it couldn't be a bad film. It could not. And I'm not talking about how it is quality-wise. I mean that no one could see it as a bad film because it couldn't be because of how much is at stake. And then there's also the Superman fans who will
I'm gonna wait until she actually, like, starts talking about the story to say something, because she's not. Now, I will say, I think Superman is a better movie than Thunderbolts. I will say I don't think Thunderbolts was like an amazing film. I think it was just okay. But I to say that Superman is worse than the Thunderbolts, I disagree. There is no such thing as an objectively bad film. Right, like, because most media is subjective.
Asked anyone for even being slightly negative on this film because they can't see anything other than glory with this film because that's what they want to see and that's what they need to see from it. It's the same thing that happened with Batman vs. Superman with those fans. They are so emotionally attached to this character and this property and the potential of this movie that they can't see anything other than that they want to see.
I mean, even Superman fans thought BVS was bad, though. So that kind of disproves your point. I'm pretty sure most people agreed BVS was a bad movie. So it's not even like, you can't even really argue it's blind delusion. It's just that James Gunn's Superman movie was just agreed to be a good movie by the majority of people. The plot is too simple. Okay, so we have people complaining that the plot is convoluted. Now we have people in the chat saying the plot is too simple. Guys, I gotta pick one. Guys, I gotta pick one. Which one is it? We gotta pick one, bro.
That's the big problem, is I've seen even people who are giving disappointing reviews to this movie have to...
I'd rather watch Quantumania than Thunderbolts? Nah. Thunderbolts. Any movie is better than Quantumania. Quantumania was just such a failure on, like, every level. Quantumania was ass. Definitely not better than Thunderbolts.
Cushion their disappointment. They have to really lead into it with a lot of positives that they saw. They have to, come out negatively against the movie, but then really, really cushion it. Well, there are all these positive things. The people who have been negative on this film have not been negative enough. And I think it's because of the overwhelming hype from Superman fans who want to believe that they just saw the best thing in the world and they go after anyone who is negative on this film. But guys, I think it's going to be an Incredibles 2 situation where in 2 months, I give you guys 2 months.
All right. Where does she talk about positives, the negatives, plot? Okay. We'll go to the A minute. What is she, we'll go to the A minute section.
That is why I like Mr. Terrific. So,
because like the first 6 minutes of this is just a yap session.
Those were the
y'all take, that's the thing, y'all YouTubers take forever to get to the point. See, with my videos are very straightforward and to the point. Because I know our generation's attention span is cooked. I know niggas just cannot. That's why I like my videos. I write my videos to just get straight to the point, to just dive right into it. Y'all YouTubers be taking fucking forever to get to the point, bro. Damn.
The elements of the film that I thought were good. However, those elements, like Superman and Lois chemistry, were soon to be overshadowed by a disastrous plot that flash flooded everything and overtook everything that this film needed. The character development. There is not a lot of...
Okay, how is the plot disastrous? All right, I think she's about to get into it.
This film needed. The character development. There is not a lot of character development in this film. And there is not a lot that you get from Superman. Or...
There wasn't, I don't think there was supposed to be character development. It's just really a standard superhero stops supervillain story. Again, that's the thing. This film is not meant to be like this deep character study. It's literally just an adventure movie. All right.
Lois,
I've already said that before. But
for that matter, because not a lot that you get from Superman or Lois for that matter, because it's constantly flooded by how much there is of this film of plot and comedy and characters and more characters and even more characters. So the main problem with this movie is the plot and how convoluted and overly complicated it is and how rushed it is. So this is the pacing of this film. It's like, and then this happens, and then this...
Every movie needs character development. I disagree. I don't think so.
this happens and this happens. It's just like, this movie is so fast paced. It is like constantly on a 15 in
like even in a lot of like the animated DC films, like there's not really much character development. They're just standard adventure movies. The development is Superman learns something about his nature and chooses his nurture. Well, that's a part of it, yeah. You have been spamming the same comment in chat. Have you seen the Deep Focus lens review? It was negative, but made some good points, I think. Maybe. If I get to it, shit. I'm sorry, my brain is fried right now. I'll get to it if I have time. I don't think we'll have time to get to it. Poor high CHD bro's brain is getting cooked by these idiots. LOL. But I disagree with the notion that like every movie needs character development. Like, cause like I said, even in a lot of the animated movies, like it's just, you know, it's a standard superhero stop supervillain story. But his character does slightly develop in the sense that he learns about his parents and, you know, learns like the true nature of where he comes from, and he still chooses to push through, like learning about his humanity. There's character stuff there. But I don't really feel like that's like that absolutely has to be in like every movie, every superhero movie. They're just most superhero movies are just standard adventure flicks.
In terms of speed and in terms of comedy. We have to talk about both those things together, because it's one thing to have a...
There's development. Clark embraces his humanity. Yeah, you could say that.
Incredibly overly fast-paced plot where it's just all happening too much and there's just so much happening at once. But it's another thing, like, this movie has almost one mode: comedy. It is constantly trying to be goofy. It is constantly telling jokes. We're gonna talk about how many characters there are in this film. Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, Krypto, Jimmy Olsen, Eve Tessmacher, Lex...
The message from his parents, he lets Lois closer to him, he has character development. Yeah, so there is character development in this movie. Oh, yeah.
Luthor.
So that debunks what she said.
Lex Luthor Ultraman, who turns out to be Bizarro spoilers. There will be spoilers throughout this entire video. Another Lex Luthor...
But I'm saying that, like, not every movie, like, needs that, though. I don't see that as like an inherent issue with the movie itself. But yeah, the movie does, you know, develop Clark in a way with like his humanity and stuff like that. I'm trying to hear out what she has to say, but it's like this whole thing is like an incoherent rant. Like she's not really making any points. But I'll let it play. I'll just let it play.
It is like constantly on a 15 in terms of speed and in terms of comedy. We have to talk about both those things together, because it's one thing to have an incredibly overly fast-paced plot where it's just all happening too much and there's just so much happening at once. But it's another thing, like, this movie has almost one mode: comedy. It is constantly trying to be goofy. It is constantly telling jokes. We're going to talk about how many characters...
But there's serious moments in the movie, though. Serious stuff literally happens in the movie. I don't agree with this whole thing where it's like there's only comedy in the movie. Like, that's a very, like, surface level understanding of the movie. Obviously, there's jokes in there, but it also has serious moments. This just isn't true.
Characters there are in this film: Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, Krypto, Jimmy Olsen, Eve Tessmacher, Lex Luthor, Lex Luthor Ultraman, who turns out to be Bizarro spoilers. There will be spoilers throughout this entire video. Another Lex Luthor hench girl superpowered character. Just so many characters in this film, and all of them, with the exception of Lois, all of the characters in this movie are used for goofiness and comedy constantly. Lois was a character...
Wait, where? I don't think Ultraman definitely wasn't a comedic aspect The kaiju wasn't a comedic aspect. The engineer wasn't a comedic aspect. The metamorpho wasn't a comedic aspect. Like with the whole kid plot line, that was very serious. Like he Lex literally shoots somebody in front of Superman. The whole Russian roulette thing, that was serious. This is just a disingenuous take on the movie.
That I actually started
Like
gravitating
saying everything that was used for comedy, that's just straight up not true.
Towards her the most because she was the only one who wasn't treated like a joke and not treated to was the only one. This was a character that I actually started to gravitate towards her the most because she was the only one who wasn't treated like a joke and not treated to present jokes to the movie. Like I said, I like Mr. Terrific, but also his character is also used to serve up jokes to the audience. All of the characters in this movie, with the exception of Lois, are there for the comedy. And that's what this film is. It's this constant...
Yeah, that's not true. I don't know what she's talking about.
Level 15 level of comedy and things happening so quickly. And there's so much just stuffed into here with characters and plot that it's a disaster because there's so many characters in this movie that none of them get enough screen time. None of them get enough development.
The only serious scene was Lex killing an India guy just for touching him. That's not true. His fight with Ultraman, his fight with the kaiju. What else was it? The engineer had some serious moments. The interview scene. Like, a lot of the scenes between Superman and Lois were pretty serious in the movie. Did we watch the same film? Even when he goes to visit his family, that scene was serious. Like, that was an extremely emotional scene. Like, did we watch the same film, bro? Whoever said that, Happy Prince? That definitely wasn't the only scene. That's just the one that comes to the top of my head. But that wasn't the only serious scene.
Like, this movie gives itself almost no time to breathe whatsoever. There's like 3 scenes throughout the entire film that are trying to have any heart or depth to them that aren't drowned out by the constant comedy and things needing to happen. And even those scenes are embedded with even more comedy, like a scene later on where Superman is talking to Lois after he's down and out, and it's just more and more comedy is woven through it to lighten the mood and make sure that you don't take things too seriously. It's constant comedy throughout the entire movie, and it really disrupts me getting attached to these characters. Like, it's the 2 reasons why I'm...
Yeah, that is one thing I will say. That interview scene dragged out like a motherfucker. I was sitting there just like, yo, when is this scene gonna end? Yeah, I definitely think the interview scene could have used a little bit more work. That scene, I said that in my review. Like, that interview scene definitely lasted way too long. That's just me, though.
Getting attached to these characters.
Bro, we literally have an account saying boycott Superman while it's closed. Damn. Y'all Snyder cultists are on some timing today. Y'all on some suspect timing today, bro.
First of all, they're all played for laughs constantly. Second of all, there's not enough time to breathe or really develop any of them in a meaningful...
some Snyder fans here, y'all.
...way. And we'll talk about that in a second. But what can really get you to know the tone of this movie and the pacing and how it just messes it up is... There's a scene early on in the film where Superman is, he says hi to a cab driver who recognizes him. And
Can we watch someone else? Nah, y'all kept on saying to watch her. I'm watching her. I'm gonna at least try to hear her out, but it's just like she doesn't really make any points that's really worth rebutting. I don't know why people kept on telling me to watch this video. Most of her videos are like this. That's why I don't really react to her like that.
The film where Superman is, he says hi to.
But let's at least hear out what she has to say, though. Let's at least hear her out.
There's a scene early on in the film where Superman is, he says hi to a cab driver who recognizes him. And I like that because it's like, okay, I like that Superman is more down to earth and he's more on the level with everyone else and he's friends with these people. And later on, Lex brings that person to the lair where he's kidnapped Superman and shoots that guy, and it's so upsetting to Superman, but it happens so fast. I'm like, wait, what? What's happening? and it's supposed to be an upsetting moment, and I'm like, okay, this is.
So you just wasn't paying attention. He's literally playing Russian roulette. It's supposed to be like a subvert your expectations moment, because like you think the scene's gonna drag out where he's like constantly spinning bullets, but like the fact that on the second turn he just kills him without any remorse, like that was cool. What was the issue with that scene? Like, what was the problem with this?
Setting, but then immediately, as quickly as that scene cropped up, it starts turning it into a joke where Lex Luthor makes a joke, and I'll do this to that reporter you always do interviews with, Clark Kent, and it's supposed to be a joke.
That wasn't a joke, though. That literally wasn't a joke. If it weren't for the fact that Clark Kent and Superman were the same person, he definitely would have did that shit. It's supposed to show how menacing Lex is as a person. That was definitely not a joke. that was not a joke. He literally had Metamorpho and his kid there. He had a baby there held captive. That was not a joke. I don't know if we I don't know if we both just got different understandings from that scene. That was definitely not a joke.
And it's like, you just introduced this moment that was supposed to be tragic. I barely had time to react to it. And
oh my god, who are these niggas in chat? I'ma just leave the mods to that. I should have mods in chat. Y'all handle them. Y'all handle those niggas.
All of a sudden, it's another joke, and then it's another joke with Metamorpho, who is in the cage with Superman, is crying over it in a really comedic way, and that
yeah, Lex doesn't know Clark and Superman are the same person. That definitely wasn't a joke, bro.
Expresses like the tone of this movie. It won't let you breathe. It won't let you take something in. It won't let emotional moment sit. It just has to constantly go to the next joke and the next thing happening and the next goofy character. Like Metamorpho is another character in this movie that probably didn't need to be there. Just so many characters
didn't need to be there. It was literally explained why he was there, though. Because he could manufacture kryptonite. He's there to keep Superman in place. The movie literally explains why Lex has him there. Oh my fucking god.
Jokes and things happening. And guys,
Lord.
The comedy in this movie, this is not like Guardians of the Galaxy in the sense that Guardians of the Galaxy were superhero movies that were comedic. There were comedic scenes and jokes in the film, but there was also a groundedness to those characters where you could have clearly serious scenes and scenes of character development. Not everything was a constant joke, and that's what lent themselves to interact with other characters in the Marvel universe, is that there was a groundedness to them. But the characters in this movie, in this universe, like...
Yeah, Metamorpho was there because, I think they said that kryptonite doesn't exist on Earth. That's why he had Krypto there, not Krypto. That's why he had Metamorpho there making it. It's like the movie literally explains why he's there. It's just like, all of this just seems like she just wasn't paying attention.
It's not even on the level of Reeves' Superman. It is so cartoonish and comedic. It's like... all that talk about maybe DCU, Matt Reeves' Batman will come in. No, it can't, because it's impossible for a character that is grounded in reality, let alone grounded at all, to interact with this Superman universe. And that's what made me think, like, how are you going to create a universe off of this? It is so heightened and so comedic, like Batman and Robin.
Is Superman not allowed to be comedic? Like, again, she's not explaining why this is bad.
It is so heightened and so comedic, like Batman and Robin level, that it's like it can't fit with anything else, because
Batman and Robin level is crazy, though. I'm not gonna lie. Batman and Robin level is crazy. You did not just compare this shit to Batman and Robin. There ain't no way she just tried to compare this to Batman and Robin. Nah, we ain't gonna go there. We is not gonna go there. See, Batman and Robin, it's like, this was a way better movie than Batman and Robin.
Cartoon it is, and how one-dimensional all the characters.
And again, like, Superman is supposed to have like a cartoony aesthetic. That's his whole thing. Why is this bad?
Are
Yeah, that's like saying Spider-Man can't make jokes or crack jokes or whatever. It's like that's literally a part of his character.
We will talk about in a second, but this movie bordered on parody.
Also, Batman and Robin was fucking... I think he's talking about this movie. Batman and Robin was terrible. Well, actually, you know what? I think I need to rewatch Batman and Robin. But I'm pretty sure most people didn't like this movie. Batman and Robin is a guilty pleasure with some good enough qualities. It's so bad it's good. Yo, Batman and Robin was so fucking ass. Oh my god. Bat nipples. Oh my god. This man. Yeah, Batman and Robin, Batman Forever. What was the other one? There was 3 movies. There was Batman and Robin. Yeah, all of these just kind of sunk into the forgotten realm of Batman movies. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking making that shit. Let's go back to this.
It is so heightened and so comedic. It is like just not anywhere near our world. There is nothing grounded about this film whatsoever. It is a complete cartoon. Okay, but to compare it with Guardians of the Galaxy, again, there are a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy things in it in terms of the tone. Like there's a scene in the middle with Mr. Terrific and he has these balls that fly around and attack people, but he has a shield that protects him, and there's like a swirling scene where he's attacking all the characters. I'm like, guys, this is literally Yondu and his arrow, and it's an exact...
No, that's literally his power, though. He invented the T-spheres in the source material. What? They didn't get that from Guardians. That's like from the character. That's literally Mr. Terrific's superpower. What? Oh my god.
Around and attack people,
This is fucking brain rot.
Has a shield that protects him, and there's like a swirling scene where he's attacking all the characters. I'm like, guys, this is literally Yondu and his arrow, and it's an exact copy of that scene from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 where he's killing all those people. The end of the
No, it's not. And he doesn't even kill them. He just knocks them out. What the fuck?
Film is like a swirling shot of Superman satisfied, and it's this song, punk rock music playing, just like how a Guardians of the Galaxy or Suicide Squad or Peacemaker thing might end. By the way, this is the worst superhero project I've ever seen Gunn produce. All of the Guardians of the films look like Oscar award-winning films compared to this. This is definitely his worst plot. And
So
it's
like
like
you don't even know Mr. Terrific as a character. If you think they got that from Guardians, you're just... Yeah, I don't know what to tell you with that one. I don't know what to tell you with that one.
swirls around Superman like a punk rock music, and whenever that, and that's the scene with Mr. Terrific as well, is there's you know, pop radio music playing there too, and it's like Guardians of the Galaxy again. He couldn't let it go. The scene with
I mean, Guardians isn't even the only movie genre that does that. Like Spider-Man has some scenes where they fight the like pop music. Deadpool does that. Like I don't.
Mr. Terrific is just like the come a little
Like
bit
a
closer.
lot of superhero movies and shows have scenes like where they fight the like pop music and funk music. That's not just a James Gunn thing.
Scene from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. The way the movie ends is very much like a Guardians of the Galaxy film. And I know I said I was going to do spoilers of this film. Supergirl appears. She's drunk. She's flying from planet to party. And I'm like, perfect casting for Supergirl. Just like so much of the casting of this film was perfect. But Supergirl is just going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. And I know that.
To give her credit, James Gunn did say he took Mr. Terrific and made it like Yondu scene. He said it in an interview. But why is that a bad thing though? Because the scene was good. It was enjoyable. Not to mention it, I can't even, you can't even really say compare that, because like the scenes clearly aren't the same. They don't look the same at all. But sure, I guess we can give her that. But
that people say, well, there's a different
that
director.
again, that doesn't make that inherently bad. Like, what's wrong with him taking inspiration
for that film? It's just like every film of Marvel is basically a Kevin Feige production, even if he hires different directors. That is what this DC universe is. It's James Gunn's DC universe, and it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy throughout. And he turned up Guardians of the Galaxy to 11 here. It's just constant jokes. Everything is a joke. Everything is humor. Everything is punk rock. All of that stuff. That is what James Gunn is doing with this universe. It's all stuff that appeals to his taste. And I wondered if that is why there is such an unbelievable amount of characters crowding this film out. Crowding Superman out. Guys, Superman spends a massive chunk of this film beaten down in a cage while we
yeah, Terrific is punching, Yondu is just using the arrow. Yeah, there's like a lot of differences between the two scenes. The only response is, have you seen the movie or have you ever picked up a comic? They can accept the truth.
Explore all of these other characters.
But yeah, she's like, do y'all see why I don't react to her videos? She's not really saying anything like of substance. It's just like a rant, more of a rant vid than anything else. But that's why, that's for those of y'all who ask why I don't really react to her, that's why. Like the majority of this is literally just gonna be me sitting here because she doesn't really make points of substance. They occasionally come up, but it's just like, this is mainly her just like ranting. What did she say about Superman feels insignificant?
But
we'll take
Superman
a look at that. But I'm not watching this whole video.
Significant in this as we exited the film, but Superman feels insignificant in this movie, and part of that is that they make it like in trying, and they're really trying hard to make him seem human, make him seem just like you and me, and make it so he's not a god like the Zack Snyder version, that they wind up going too far. Because what happens in the film is there's always somebody else to save Superman. In the beginning of the film, he's beaten down and subdued, and then there's a scene where a kaiju comes up and...
Doesn't he defeat Ultraman by himself, though? Like, at the end, doesn't he, like, literally throw Ultraman into a black hole?
Ultimately, the Justice Gang is the one who comes and helps defeat that monster.
Well, they didn't need to, though. Because the issue wasn't that Superman couldn't handle it. The real issue was that he just didn't want to kill the thing. He was trying to find a way to, like, try to stop it without killing it. And the Justice Gang basically came in and said, nah, fuck that shit. That's pretty much it. It was pretty clear Superman could kill that fucking monster if he wanted to, if you watch the movie.
And then Superman gets beat down by these this exposure, because it's all just so fast. This message, and they character assassinate Jor-El and have it said that Jor-El wanted Superman to come to Earth so that he could rule, and so fast. This message, and they character assassinate Jor-El and have it said that Jor-El wanted Superman to come to Earth so that he could rule and so that he could take wives in a harem to produce Kryptonian lineage and stuff like that, which James Gunn apparently thought that joke was so funny he told it 3 times within 3 minutes. But
Krypto does save him, yeah, after Krypto gets rid of the drones. Superman beats his ass. Yeah. That was my point. And even then, Ultraman was a stronger version of him. So it's like, the only reason Ultraman was even like a real threat to him was because of Lex's drones and stuff like that. After that, after Krypto took that shit out, both of them took the drones out, by the way. It wasn't even just the dog. But he was able to take care of them quite readily after that.
That gets exposed, and all these people who support Superman and were friends with Superman, but and have it said that Jor-El down by these like this exposure, because it's all just so fast. This message, and they character assassinate Jor-El, and have it said that Jor-El wanted Superman to come to Earth so that he could rule and so that he could take wives in a harem to produce Kryptonian lineage and stuff like that, which James Gunn apparently thought that joke was so funny he told it 3 times within 3 minutes. But so that gets exposed, and all these people who supported Superman and were friends with Superman instantly turn against him, and that's how the pacing of this movie works. And then
yeah, because Lex literally used that message to manipulate the public. That was the whole point of that scene. See, this is why I don't watch it, bro. Yeah, I can't, like, I would just be sitting here the whole time. But that's why I don't like watch her content like that. Yeah, this review just doesn't make any actual points. I'm not gonna sit through this whole video, bro. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it as far as the bad takes go. I think I've kind of proved my point. It's just there's not really much substance to these videos, man. I don't know what to tell you. I think here's the thing. You know it's bad when Tyrone Magnus has the best review. Tyrone is the ultimate David Coruscant hater. I will unironically say Tyrone had the best review. I gotta give that to him. Tyrone Magnus legitimately had the best review of this entire thing. I actually don't hate his review. I thought I was gonna be going into him saying some dumb shit, but no, it's just like it seemed like he, even with the stuff he says he didn't like about the movie, the review was actually coherent and he was able to actually make some points. It really seemed like he liked the movie. The only issue with his review is he just seemed like he liked the movie, but he was just grifting and he just couldn't bring himself to say it. That's it. He legitimately has the best review. All these other vids either just misrepresent the plot, don't understand basic stuff about the movie. It's just like, yo, Tyrone Magnus having the best review is just surprising as hell, to be honest. DBZ now with another super chat. Thank you. I feel like Super Cinema Sins has caused many to nitpick and forget to suspend disbelief. That's a good point. I think that was something that the Birdman said, that was that like Cinema Sins was like kind of responsible for all these like critics that make a living out of like nitpicking movies and trying to say that's like real criticism. But thank you for the 5 though. That's 3 super chats. I appreciate it. Now, y'all wanted me to take a look at the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer. We'll take a look at that. And then we'll go ahead and end stream. I think somebody sent me this in the Discord. Hang on. All right. But yeah, I'll go ahead and take a look at this. I saw a little bit of it. On Twitter. But I'll take a look. Some people wanted me to take a look at it and give my thoughts on it. I'm tired as fuck, to be honest with you. All right. Let's see what we think of this. Mortal Kombat 2. I saw the other shit they released fucking 2 days ago. I think it was alright. I think it was okay. But let me see what they got cooking here.
Uno mas.
I fucking forgot Carl Urban was fucking playing Johnny Cage, which is insane. I would have thought they would have casted him as Kano. Hey, he could be a good Johnny Cage. Who knows? Who knows?
Thanks.
All right.
Uno mas, thanks.
You're Johnny Cage. I loved Citizen Cage when I was a kid.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And also, one thing I noticed watching a little bit of this trailer is I don't like the way that his accent kind of comes in and out in this. Like, he speaks American at first, but then, like, I think other times his Kiwi accent kind of comes in and you could kind of hear the Billy Butcher. Like, it really it kind of takes me out of it. I'm not going to lie.
When I was a kid.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
They should do a reboot.
Nobody wants that.
See, there's the American accent.
Shit went out in the 90s.
And then his actual accent comes in. It's just like it just takes me out of it. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing against the dude, but it's just like his butcher comes out at moments. It's just like I feel like he should have like tried to perfect that a little bit more.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen to fight. Tell me you're not some crazy fans. How are you doing that?
Are you coming?
See, there's his Billy Butcher again. It just takes me out of it, man.
Or what?
Where the hell am I?
It's called Mortal Kombat. It's a fighting tournament. To the death.
Wait. Why does he make the same face in every shot? Hold up. Look at this. Hold up. I didn't even notice that.
Are you coming or what?
See, look. There's the butcher face. Dude. Oh my god. Why is he making the same? He makes the same fucking face in every shot. See, it's shit like that that just this bugs me. I'm sorry. He's making the same face in every shot, bro. Is this a different director? Thank you for the super chat. The first 3 seconds is better filmed than the first one. We'll see. I hope Shaggy becomes a DLC fighter in the next game. Probably not gonna happen.
Where the hell am I?
It's called Mortal Kombat.
See, it's the same face. Why does he keep making? Why does he keep making that face?
It's a fighting tournament.
Bro.
To the death.
Fuck that.
Oh, okay, that was cool. I gotta keep pausing it, or else WB is gonna fucking clap this stream if I don't. But that looks cool.
This is a war for the fate of your world.
See, look, he made the same face again. This dude just can't, bro.
You dickheads in or what? I'm not some champion. I don't have transformer arms or shoot lightning bolts. This shit's got nothing to do with me. I'm an actor.
I find you annoying.
Not the face.
Okay. That look cool. I'll give it that. That look cool. I think it's because we're so used to him being Butcher, it's hard to separate. I think that Carl can't do face expressions, but can do emotional acting. Yeah, his facial acting is just kind of
Face.
But this looks cool. Oh, that was fire. I like that. That was fire. Is that Jade? Was that Jade? Or am I tripping? Cause she had the little glowing stick thing. That's Jade's thing, right? DBZ now, bro, with another super chat. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm liking the cinematography and production way better than the first movie. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the 5. I agree. I think the moves definitely look a lot better.
It's time.
It's Sindel.
Time to become the hero.
Oh my god. Same fucking face. This I'm sorry. It bugs me. He should have been Kano. I'm sorry. He makes the same fucking face in every shot he's in of this trailer, bro. Oh my goodness. I can't unsee Billy Butcher. I'm sorry. I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it.
You were meant to be. Alright, you big ugly fuck. It's showtime.
Ooh. Okay. Hold up. That looked cool. That looked cool. That looked cool. Get over here. Get over here.
Only the strong survive.
Finish him!
Bro. Is this supposed to be Shao Kahn? Last film was a lot of fun. Didn't people think the last film was bad? Or am I tripping? Hold up. Like, I'm not a super diehard, like, Mortal Kombat fan. But I played, as far as the games, I played 10. I watched 9 on YouTube. I watched the 9th story on YouTube. I played 10. I played 11, and I played 1. Bro, this is not Shao Kahn, bro. This is Shredder. I see Shredder, bro. I don't know about y'all niggas. I don't see Shao Kahn. I see Shredder. This is literally Shredder's character design. Hold up, because I know, what is Shao Kahn, like, normally, maybe Shao Kahn just looks a lot like Shredder. I guess it's not bad. He looks more like Shredder, though, than Shao Kahn to me. Bro, am I tripping? Bro, he literally looks like Shredder. But I mean, it looks fine. I guess it looks fine. Looks cool. DBC now. Oh my god. You are something special, man. The director is the same one as a first-time director. He probably learned after his first run at it because the first movie looked like an amateur film. Thank you for the $10, man. You are really something. I appreciate the support, man. Oh my god, this man has donated like 6 times throughout the stream. Thank you, man. Hey, hi CHD. Some people think Noob Cybot dies in the trailer because his clone has organs, and I do see Shredder, and he might lose the mouth. Bro, deadass, this looks like Shredder, bro. This is not Shao Kahn. This is fucking Shredder. Like, look at that shit. Dude, that's Shredder, bro.
Are you shitting me? You don't have any powers? Just incredibly handsome.
It looks good though. I'll say that. But that's gonna be it for the stream. Appreciate y'all niggas tuning in. Hold up. Oh, that's Kano. Didn't he die in the last one? Was Kano resurrected? Kano, hold up. I know I'm not fucking tripping. Kano died in the last one, right? Kano death. Bro, I swore he died. I could have been tripping, though. Yeah, he did die. How is he back? Unless, like, they resurrected him some fucking how. Unless they brought him back, which would make a lot of sense, but... Interesting. When does this come out? Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Oh, October 24th. That's interesting. So it comes out like on Halloween or near Halloween. Interesting. But anyways, that's gonna be it. I'm just gonna go ahead and end it here. Shit. Appreciate y'all tuning in. This was a pretty good stream, man. It was a pretty good stream. Hold up. I'm out. Where's my channel at? I'm about to get out of here and go to sleep. Yeah, these takes were pretty bad. Whoo boy. If you're new here, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, join the Discord. I'll probably have it in the comment section after the stream is over. And yeah, y'all take care. Have a good one. I'm out. Peace.